Just a sec here. To check that we're live. Let's see. Okay, I think we are. Hey everybody, welcome to my spoiler stream. It's so good to be back. As some of you may know, I've been out of the city since like June 30th. So I've been out of Edmonton for like 17 days. Just came back yesterday, and I'm really happy to be able to get in here and be able to share with everybody some cards. Now I have been told that there's been a certain puzzle that's been going around, and so Veil Runner hype, yeah, let's go. Thanks everybody for joining me. First of all, I think Ysengrin was streaming earlier, and I didn't get the chance to check, but I think he had concluded his stream. If he hadn't, then I might be conflicting streams, which would be unfortunate. But I think I'm okay. I'm just gonna double check. Yeah, okay. I think I'm okay. He's still alive, it looks like. Yeah, I just went to go check, and it looks like I'm stuck on an ad, so I'm not sure. So I should have probably checked, but I didn't want to start my stream late in case people were wondering what's going on. But yeah, I'm gonna wait a couple seconds just so I can check. They were going to rack up. This is indeed the place indicated by Rust Rider's puzzle. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. They were going to wrap up and then got sidetracked. Oh, okay. So they are still going? Okay, I'm gonna wait a sec then and click for 3 until Ysengrin, right? Yeah, see, I could just spend my time clicking for 3 and then we can just figure things out from there. Okay, I am actually going to. Yeah, okay. So let's talk about that puzzle. So there's been a puzzle that's been going around, and I was wondering how to go about introing this, but I've already botched it up a lot. So there has been a guest on the stream the whole time who's been listening in, and guest, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening or good morning, wherever you are.
Yeah.
I'm Rust Rider, and I'll be joining Soccer's stream today for some additional extra spoilers.
Yeah, some
baby.
Some extra spoilers. Did you play Grinder at OTG because you have the Teki scoops? Okay, so that's very funny. I did not. I actually found out I got the Teki scoops on the way to U.S. Nationals. So because I had left Canada on the 30th. So I already had like all my decks and like everything was locked in already. And I spent like a week I spent a week on vacation with friends, like didn't think about Netrunner at all. And it was during that trip where I was told that I was going to be getting the Teki scoops. So it was actually purely a coincidence. Only 2 Death by 1,000 scoops. Yeah. Okay. So Rust Rider, let's just talk about you're getting the opportunity to spoil an extra card. How did that come about?
So I got somehow a bit luckily 4th at Worlds.
Yeah.
And so I was, as part of my prize, it's that I could spoil a card, so that's why I'm here now. Since you also got numerous spoilers, and this is like, I always think it's like neat to like talk about them with like more than just one person, to like have ideas bounce off, especially when it's like new stuff. And it's like there's so much to like talk about and like theorize about.
Yeah, and hopefully we can jump into a lot of that today, talking about just the cards that we have, how we can play around with it, and go from there. So I'm just setting some stuff up in the background. Do we want to? I was thinking we could do because you mentioned that like there's some people that are from the the UK or from the Europe who might want to see some cards before we talk about other stuff. So we might do that, and then we have some plans regarding some extra fun that we were going to do at the end of the stream. How's that all sound?
To me, it sounds great. I guess the chat is also loving it.
Yeah. Okay. So I was thinking we're going to start with my cards. So just so that we'll do the Teki stuff first, and then I've seen your card because you have to send it to me to send to the stream, but other than that, I haven't really thought about your card quite yet. So we're going to leave that to the end, and we'll go from there. So, give me a second here. I'm just trying to...
So I haven't seen any of your cards either, right? So it's like one of those first-time YouTuber reactions now.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's so sick. Oh baby.
Exactly. So did you see like the thumbnail for the YouTube video?
I saw it, but I didn't couldn't get any info out of it except like some. It will be blood kind of stuff.
Okay. So let's do that, because I feel like that'd be really fun. So we're gonna kick things off with the first card of Jinteki. I think this could be an absolute banger. So I'm gonna open up let's go to Google Docs here. This is how we're gonna do this. Do you have my stream open on the side?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so can you see the screen right now where I have a picture?
I can see the artwork now, yeah.
Okay. So to you, what does that artwork look like to you?
It looks like I would say some underwater stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like chumming the waters. You can see like some shark-like looking animals in the background.
Okay.
And there's like I would say a person bleeding. It could be like it's attracting the sharks.
Okay. So there's water. It's a very much a reference. The title of the card is the name of a lake pack. Somebody in the chat.
Like blood and water or something.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, so the title of this card is called Blood in the Water, and I'm going to scroll down to the card now. It is a Jinteki agenda that has a X advancement requirement and is worth 2 points, and it says X is equal to the number of cards in the runner's grip.
It seems like a banger to me.
Yeah, eh? This is, I don't know. When I first saw this, I was like, okay, this you can break this, right? If the runner ends the turn on 0 cards, you can just install 3 of these and score them.
That's pretty funny, yeah. And I think it's also like a pretty good direction to go into, to like move a bit away from the grinder, to like kind of open a scoring window just by doing net damage.
Yeah.
And it's like it's not even one limit per deck. Like I think the card looks strong enough to be like one of those 1 limit per deck kind of deals.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like not limited, which seems crazy.
So that's interesting, because you mentioned grinder, and I was like, so like I don't want to talk about this too much because like, you know, I play grinder at US Nats, and we actually tested a lot of grinder ourselves for a while, so it's kind of it hits close to home, you know. So I don't know. Do you think grinder? We'll talk about this very briefly here. Do you think grinder has a place in like no Kakugo, no shipment from Tenon, but PE world?
I think like as long as there's a Bukata protocol, I think there's always a place.
Mm-hmm.
And like if like if it's strong in the meta, people will adapt with like tech cards or just having big decks. But like the weaker it like gets on the surface, the better the place for the niche will be, if it makes sense, right?
Right.
Like if people don't expect it, it will come. Like I saw so much stuff on Slack or Discord talking about like, oh yeah, Jinteki Grinder's dead. Nobody plays that. And I knew you want to like bring it to net and like do pretty good, and then you just won the national championship. So it's like if people underestimate it, it's like always doing pretty good, or like there's a chance for it doing pretty good. I'm not saying you can bring a Jamison deck, but like if people expect like PD, they're not going to be taking for Grinder. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if Frustrator's aware at how many shots he just took, but there was like 3 Jamison at US Nats. Did you know that?
I'm sorry. I didn't check deck list. I don't mean to offend anybody.
Oh, it's okay. Okay, so I think especially with Oboe, and like we'll do some more theory crafting at the end once we've talked about all the cards. But especially with like Oboe still there, like you can still build like an Oboe. Like you try to score an Oboe. If they steal your Oboe, they probably end the turn at like 0 or 1 card, and you can as a consolation, you can score this for pretty cheap. Okay, are you good to move on to the next one?
I mean, I'm fine. I just like thought of all the like do stuff at start of your turn, right? Like they're like these advanceable. Is it like something warehouse? The thing that like deals net damage for advancements. I think that's pretty neat.
It deals damage. Oh, clearinghouse.
Clearinghouse. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So you
could
just
like maybe like
or just urban renewal.
Yeah, that's nice.
Urban renewal. That seems like it could be a deck. Like urban renewal in Jinteki, you protect that for 3 turns. You deal 4 damage. They have 1 card in hand. You install advance, score 2 points, and then you can like put something else. Put another urban renewal in the remote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just like I don't know which idea this would be in, but maybe like bioethics has sort of like fallen out of favor lately.
Mm-hmm.
But with this, I can see it making a comeback. So
I think bioethics is democracy and that's rotating, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Bioethics is Mumbad. Yeah. So bioethics is rotating.
Okay. So maybe it's not making a comeback.
Well, okay. So let's talk about the next card. Is everybody ready for the next card? Because this is I didn't even plan this, and this is an excellent segue to the next card.
Look at me doing the segues.
Yeah, and like we just jumped into a call and like didn't talk about this at all because like I've been out for the last 2 weeks, so no time to plan. But this is going excellent. Is it Bioethics 2.0? Yes, it is. It is Bioethics 2.0. The card is called Bladderwort. It is a 1-res, 3 trash, 2 influence Jinteki asset that says when your turn begins, gain a credit. Then if you have 4 or less, do 1 net damage.
That's so neat.
It's what?
That's neat.
It's neat?
That's a great design, I think. Like I'm very happy with the first 2 spoilers. Like I didn't like some of the earlier card releases. Like I didn't like the MBN stuff. Mm-hmm. But this, like, I feel like I can be like euphoric on stream with no faking it. It seems like great.
So it's interesting because like, yeah. So somebody said I've been combing through chat and picking things up here and there. But yeah, it's bioethics, but you can ice it up. And since we're losing Kakugo and Shipment from Tenon, mainly Shipment from Tenon is the important one. We're losing Shipment from Tenon, so you have to, if you want to play a Jinteki deck that plays with net damage, you have to build a remote, which I think is a great thing. Like I think Shipment from Tenon should not exist, and without Shipment from Tenon, you have to build a remote. So you play like this, like Bladder War, maybe you play Clearinghouse, you play what's the other card? Urban Renewal. Like those are all things that can deal damage at the start of your turn, and it can make Blood in the Water a lot easier to score. So I don't know. I'm thinking. Let me see if I can make all this in the same. I can't. I can make it smaller. There we go. This is going to be, yeah. Okay, so I can have this on the same page here. What do you think? Does this card get a deck slot? Because I think that's the issue, is that it does 1 damage, it gives you 1 credit, but you have to be less than 4. Do you think it's worth a deck slot?
I think it's like almost like a play around kind of deal, because this seems like crazy strong if you just put like a pet campaign and a bioethics on the same card, and you can trash it, and it's cheaper to rest than a pet campaign, and like has a higher trash cost than bioethics. It's just like the little stuff that you need to be constantly spending your money.
Yeah, that's an interesting way of thinking about it. Because it's a 1 res 3 trash pad campaign, and then sometimes if you're less than 4 credits, you get an extra damage. But if you don't, then it's a 1 res 3 trash pad campaign, and is that good enough?
I'd say so. Like I've seen pet campaign like pop up occasionally. Like I wouldn't play it myself, but I mean I guess you don't play it for the money. The money is just like a neat thing. You can get it. I mean you get the money all the time, but the thing you really want is the net damage.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just that you need to be like build your deck around like having assets or like having upgrades, maybe the new CVS, to just like be constantly like spending your money for the effect to happen.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that like I haven't like play tested it, of course, but this seems like pretty strong.
Yeah.
I would definitely play this. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Shoeflower said Peace in Our Times, a soft counter. It's pretty funny. Honestly, as somebody who I like to play runner decks that, unless I'm like going hard onto econ denial, I'm most comfortable when I'm playing some kind of shaper where like I'm getting 5 clicks with Beth and I'm letting you have money. So like my initial reaction to this card is that I think you have to protect it, and unless you don't protect it, and then it's just like, you know, you just install it naked, and then it's not a central part of your game plan. But if you're trying to make it a central part of your game plan, and you're trying to make it so that the net damage fires, you have to protect it, and you need money to protect it. But if you have money and you have if you have 4 or more, then the net damage doesn't trigger. So that seems like very difficult to make work.
I mean, I see what you mean, but you can like play maybe some kind of like almost like an Arthur kind of Teki build where you have like lots of remotes and lots of cheap eyes in like Aiki or the 0 res 4 strength code kit. I don't have the name right now. Mind game, yeah. And I don't see this making that's. I mean, like even if it procs once, then you're happy. Like it's like what's it called? Like the card that's been rotated. The event to $2 do a net damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Nero EMP.
Yeah,
that's like also 1 net damage, and here you're getting it for 0 or like for 1. And if it sticks, then you can protect it. I mean, I could be like making a fool of myself, and this card never sees play. But I think it looks pretty decent. I think they made the kind of the cost pretty high because you need to be like staying low on money, and that means you can't protect it, and even you can't protect other stuff. So your centrals will be kind of weak. But I think it's a very high payoff for the cost you have to work around.
Yeah.
Maybe in the world with like criminals having like insane amount of money and maybe a net damage filtering, this isn't looking so great. But if you want to like keep cards in your hand, as a runner and maybe are afraid to run stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I can see this doing some work.
Yeah. We got some interesting chat comments here. Worth noting that because Corp can sort their starter turn triggers, if you res a bunch of campaigns or other assets, you can fire this before other forms of gain. That's really nice. So you're playing this, and you're also playing Maryland campaign, and I don't know what else you have. What other starter turns are there that cost money? Like Nico, but mainly Maryland.
There are a million campaigns.
Yeah.
Billion campaigns, right?
Yeah. So you pay to res the campaigns, and then you trigger Bladder Wart first, and then you trigger the other campaigns, get your money back. That's pretty good. Another comment saying, sorry, that was from Varun Vinari. The other comment, super interesting. Infinite Nutshell saying, "Okay, hear me out. CI Fund. That's what I'm here for."
Wait, what? I didn't get it.
CI Fund. CI Fund is the Wayland asset 0 res 2 to trash. That says when your turn begins, you may move up to 3 credits from your credit pool to CI Fund. And then when your turn begins, if there are 6 or more credits on it, you can place $2 on it. And then you... yeah.
That's one of those other cards I've never seen before, like the one we might talk about later.
Or, sorry, I don't want to mate. Value Sue. Playmat of Blood in the Water then? What do you mean? Because I just took... Are you asking about like that because of the thumbnail of the video? I hope there's a playmat of Blood in the Water, because Blood in the Water has some amazing art. Like a lot of the cards, but the thumbnail I just took because I just took it from the card. But yeah, it's a stunning piece for sure. And also it's such an iconic like Netrunner. Like it was a data pack and now it's a card, and it's just all so like thematic. It's so good.
Pretty neat, yes.
There's another card I want to mention. This is long rotated, but you can play Sealed Vault, and you could dump all your credits onto Sealed Vault, and then have it trigger to deal a net damage, and then you just spend a click to take it back. It actually funds itself. You know,
this seems a bit optimistic. I would much rather just like rest expensive stuff and have it on the board.
Yeah.
But yeah, sure.
Okay. Let's jump to the third card. We're talking about there's two ways that I was going to segue into this, and it actually works so well. So we came up with the idea of building this deck where you play like Asa basically in Jinteki, right? So you have like a bunch of assets or agendas or whatever you have on the board, and in many different servers, and you single ice it all, and you can play. There's actually a lot of good ice that Jinteki has for that. So you can play Ikes, play Mind Games, as you said. You can play Tithe. You can play like Anemone's fine, but Anemone's more like you kind of want to position it on like centrals or maybe a scoring server. And yeah, like there's just a lot of cheap Jinteki ice that Jinteki has access to. So you can play this kind of game where you play like Asa and you have a bunch of single ice servers, you have a bunch of stuff in those servers. And the next card is a great way to kind of synergize with that, but it kind of pushes you in a different direction. And hey, your feed is very blurry. Like the screen, if I zoom, I don't know, yeah, let me know. Yeah, you aren't blurry for me? Okay. Yeah, maybe try refreshing or changing the quality on your end. Thimblerig is incredibly good if you're going wide. Oh, that's so true, because you can swap your ice around. So, Rustrider, how much Jinteki, how much like Jinteki like net damage, like you're playing Jinteki deck, it's just there to deal damage, and you're trying to win because you're like PE and you have a lot of net damage. Before we tested Grinder, how much of that have you played?
I'd say I played it maybe like 2 or 3 games when I first started playing, like a few years ago, and then never again touched it.
Okay. What is there, when I think like Jinteki traps, okay? When I say I'm going to talk about Jinteki traps, is there a certain card that's no longer legal that comes to mind? I didn't even need to finish the sentence. Somebody said data mine. That's so true, but we already have a data mine replacement. We have Maganga. And I remember Mushin's correct. I remember somebody saying, I don't know, I was like combing through Slack and somebody was like, I want a Mushin replacement. Like somebody said, I hope on Sokka's stream when he reveals Jinteki cards that we get a Mushin, except it puts 4 tokens on the card. Now that's not what the card does, but it's really funny that somebody said that. So there is a Mushin replacement. It's not. It's similar to what Mushin does, but also does something very different. So I'm gonna scroll down to the card. We have Mitosis. Mitosis is a 3-cost, 4-influence Jinteki operation double that says install up to 2 cards from HQ, creating a new remote server each time. Place 2 advancement counters on each of those cards. You cannot score or res either of those cards this turn.
Okay.
So
this is like going. This is the Jinteki Asa archetype we wanted, right?
Yeah, exactly. So if somebody said it does kind of put 4 advancement tokens down. That's true. Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
Go ahead. First off, it's like more expensive than Mushin, but I like the fact that it doesn't like put you in a very weird spot, because with Mushin, like I always felt like 3 were a lot. I mean, it was good that it was a lot, but it was like super hefty because they could just like Mushin advance one more time, and if it's like a cerebral overwriter, you're not gonna have a great time.
Yeah.
So it's often like you're just flipping a coin.
Yeah.
With this, you have like 2 servers which both can be like detrimental but not like super game losing. So I very much like the direction they went with this.
Yeah. I agree. So somebody pointed out biggest flavor fail is that this doesn't cost 2. Yes, and then the chat's been, I don't know, I can't scroll on the way that I have chat up right now, but somebody said that it's like the biggest double that there is. So there's like, it costs 2 clicks, it installs 2 cards. You have to be 2 different servers. There's 2 advancement counters, but it costs 3.
Yeah, there's definitely like a misstep. maybe like a misprint. Maybe they can like get it fixed until the release.
Yeah. I'll ask to make sure that 3 is not a misprint. And also it's 4 influence, but 4 is fine because it's like 4 advancement counters, right?
I mean, it's not even like there's like the Jinteki ID that like can't res until the start of the turn. You can even just like play this for like kind of value with NGO, because it only says this turn.
Yes, yeah. There's like is it Kakarembo that says you can't?
No, I meant like the ID.
Oh, that's
like,
right.
Click, pay $1.
Yeah. What's it called? Saraswati.
Yes.
Saraswati, you can't fire NGO, but here you can. That's so true. Double NGO value. The most disappointing thing for me was that the 2 cards have to be in a new remote server each time. So you can't play this in a Jinteki Glacier deck where you're trying to set up Biovault, unless you also have like NGO front, like some people are saying. Yeah.
I mean, you can like kind of in a way, Mushin was the same, right? You would also need to do like a new remote.
Yes.
But you almost have like 1 click left always, right? So if you play those first 2 clicks, you can still like do a little ice.
Yeah,
so it's not like completely. So you won't be able to do this in like a fucking 4 ice central and have like some grid running, but it's like a neat start to like get a remote started.
Yeah, that's true. But like this card forces you to make 2 new remotes. So you can't do something like you can't do something like nothing in the remote, play mitosis, and then now you have like a double advanced Biovault and a double advanced oboe in there.
Yeah.
But
that would
like,
be kind of busted.
yeah, now that I said that out loud, I was like, okay, that's that's probably good that that's not how that works. Yeah. I mean, you could do something like you have a scoring server and then you play mitosis and then you like put a Biovault naked and then the agenda in the remote and then you last click you ice the Biovault. So then they have to like run the Biovault ice. But I guess that's like, yeah, I don't know. That's actually not bad.
Oh wait, I just like, I know this may sound very very memey, but like you can do like a world where, oh no, you can't. Can you? I'm not sure. So I was thinking about false lead and have the runner like forfeit the whole turn, and then you just play this for value and maybe like set up some kind of kill. Because you have like 2 cards with 2 advancement on it. I mean,
so Ronan
start your turn and you have.
Yeah.
Ronan's not quite doing it.
I mean, if we put all the cards together, then you could play false lead, and you can have Bladderwort, and you can have Urban Renewal, and you can have like Clearinghouse if there's Clearinghouse, and oh yeah, people are just in the chat saying double Clearinghouse.
Yeah, I mean that's only 4 damage, right?
Yeah, it's true. Well, I know. Well, you have an extra click still.
What do you do with 1 click then? I mean, you have your whole turn then technically.
You can
need to do 2.
You can deady it.
That's going.
Oh no, you can't. You can't res it. Oh, it's also it's also leaving. Yeah. Yes. So you can use this on ice. That is. It's probably not as good because you're in Teki, so you're like advancing. You're installing and advancing ice.
Yeah, that's not what they want.
Mm-hmm.
Especially not in the new remote.
Yeah. Your turn. Advance, fire, Ronin. Clearinghouse, Ronin. Advance house. Oh yeah, that works. So you fire 2 false leads. That's why they can't run. So you fire 2 false leads, and then you play mitosis to put down Clearinghouse, Ronin, and then you have a click to do something still.
Oh yeah.
And then next turn they take 2 damage off Clearinghouse. Oh no, you have to last click. You have to advance the Clearinghouse. So then they take 3 damage at the start of their turn. They have 2 cards left in their hand, and then you go advance, fire Ronin. But that's assuming they have 5 cards in their hand.
And not the new I've had worse. But
Yes.
technically the meta is solved. That's the meta deck for the next US National Championship. You heard it here first.
Honestly, Steelskin, I realized, I think looking at some cards yesterday, that Steelskin triggers off of moshing. I think that's the best part of it.
Yeah. I feel like it's almost like an upgrade to I've had worse in a way. Because I mean, this is not a place for like an spoiler talk, but it's just like more easier to utilize the clickless draw ability, even though it's just 2.
Yeah. I like where the direction that design is going. Yeah, so I don't know. Like, I think you can, if you start putting some advanceable stuff in here, like Clearinghouse already fits both ideas, but you got like this Asa E Jinteki deck that's playing Blood in the Water, and then you install Bladderwort, you install Urban Renewal, you try to get some Clearinghouses down, but you kind of need something to get Clearinghouse off the ground, because if you're playing a deck with a lot of remotes, spending 1 turn advancing a Clearinghouse, installing and advancing a Clearinghouse is like, it's fine, but it's not a great use of a turn. You want to set up multiple threats, and mitosis is a great way to do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty neat like motion replacement.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely like look forward to like experimenting with it and just like seeing how memey you can get.
Yeah, you have a click to do something still. You can set some.
Yeah.
You can set some stuff up. Yeah.
Oh, I just read in the chat that like with like all of these like core damage cards going around, maybe like scoring these meme kills will be like a little bit easier if they're only on like 4 or 3 hand size.
Ooh, yeah. People might just be core damaging themselves anyways. It's actually, that's a good note, is that like if people are playing a lot of core damage stuff and they don't find their hand size buff, then like Blood in the Water is a great way to punish that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody asked in the chat, trying to pull it up, Stephen A was talking about if there's going to be an uptick in No One Home because of the tag, because of mutually assured destruction and I guess net damage as well.
I would definitely say so.
Yeah, it'll depend on the econ situation, but from what we've seen, I haven't seen any new corp econ. So if runners still have like a good chunk of econ, then No One Home's still good.
I mean, there's the stuff with like trash a card, gain $5, or like at the start of your turn, trash a card and gain $3.
Oh, the Wayland stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. That's something I want to explore, is how to make that work.
And also, like, if you look at Wayland, they also have like Too Big to Fail, where it's just like gain $1 billion for a bad pop, but you don't care about those during traces when they're triggered off like No One Home.
Yeah. Adul saying if one of those is Vladis Burst Grid, then on the runner's turn you can already move counters from it if the runner decides to go checking, right? Yeah. Mitosis says you cannot score or res either of those cards this turn, which means you can fire your NGO fronts, you can Vladdy, but Vladdy has to move to the same server. So I don't know, like it's active, but the fact that you have to create a new remote server is kind of a limitation. Oh,
I see the meme alarm blinking again. So you do the mitosis thing with the Vladi grid, and then you put like some trap in there, like Junebug, the new Junebug. I don't know the name. And if the runner runs it and like commits to access, then you move it. And if you don't run it, you have like free 2 advancement on your next turn.
Okay. So if they run it, they take 4 damage.
Is that how it works?
Yeah. When you access Urtica, it does 2 damage, and then it does an additional 1 for each advancement token.
Seems neat. I mean, it's pretty expensive, but it's like a nice, funny interaction.
Well, I mean, they took 4 net damage, so next turn you can just fast advance Blood in the Water.
Oh yes.
Yeah. What do I reckon is happening in the mitosis art? That's a good question. Well, mitosis is like something sciencey. Like it's like, isn't mitosis like cells replicating? A cell replicates its chromosomes and then segregates them, producing 2 identical nuclei in preparation. Yeah, so something about Teki cloning. You know, it's one becoming 2.
That's because there are like 2 thingies with advancement tokens on it. So it's not 1 motion, but 2.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Look at us explaining biology while spoiling new cards.
You know, I didn't realize. So before I was talking about like using mitosis to install in a scoring server, but you actually can't do that because you have to create a new remote server for each of the 2 cards. So they have to both, like, let's assume you're not using it on ice. They have to both be naked, and then you have 1 click to protect. And Shoeflower is suggesting we use replanting to because we can pick up something with replanting. Is replanting a double? I feel like replanting's a double. I think I missed. Yeah, okay, replanting's a double, so never mind, you can't do that. You can. Somebody said earlier that you can biotic and like double mitosis, or you could biotic and like mitosis and replanting, but that's probably way too janky.
Yeah, I mean everybody likes some jank, but like that's a very expensive way to like lose the game.
Simply the Onion says, "Can we please collectively call this Mushin double chin?" I like it. I like it. Okay, should we not keep the UK people up for too much longer, and we'll jump over to your surprise thing for us?
Oh yes, let's do my surprise thing.
Your surprise thing. Okay, I haven't set it up yet, but give me 1 second. Okay. Just reading some of the chat. I like the mind game of just protecting one and be like, well, is it the agenda I protected or am I playing you? Yeah. There's a lot of that I feel like just in decks, like in ASA style decks, where you have a bunch of ice, like it adds so much more complexity to it when some of the ice is rezzed. So there's some ice that you have information on, some ice that you don't have information on, and then you install a bunch of stuff on the board, and that's the mind game. It's like where's the important one?
Especially if there's like a big scoring remote, then the big scoring remote, in my experience, was always the fucking advanced assembly lines, and then in fucking server 7 behind the vanilla is the Vitruvius with the Jeeves next to it.
Oh man. See, I don't know if Brandon's listening to this, but you just said Jeeves, and he just shed a tear.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Sanji says this card suggests they aren't releasing the T anytime soon. That's a good call. And then also, I've saw this a couple times now. You can mitosis, and then you can Trick of Light, and so then you can actually put 4 advancements on the same card. Because it does say that these cards need to be advanced. It need to be advanceable. So you just use mitosis on a thing that can be advanced and a thing that can't be advanced. You just trickle light it off, and now you've installed your DBS.
It's pretty neat, yeah. It's a bit expensive, and of course it's like a 2-card combo, but seems nice.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's go to your card. I have it ready. Do you want to? Yeah, I'm just gonna hand it over to you.
Okay, I will wait until like the screen pops up for me.
Yeah, do you want?
I think I'm like.
Yeah.
You can just like show it on screen, and then I will just do like the regular streamer talk about like, oh, this is a resource.
Yeah.
It's
Okay, yeah, it's up.
Okay, so give me 1 second. I need to look it up myself. So it's a resource. It's in Shaper. It's 3 to install. You have some pretty neat artwork with our girl Padma. And it says, whenever you install a program or piece of hardware, place 1 power counter on this resource. When there are 4 more hosted power counters, trash this resource and gain $9. And it's only like 2 influence, so it's pretty easy to export. So the first thing I noticed, it's like in a way a pet campaign, but it pays off more, and you have to work for it. So it's also a resource which costs 3 to install and gets you money over time, but the time isn't set for turns, but it's set for the stuff you install, right? So technically you can get this off. I mean, in a perfect world, it could be in the same turn, but that's not happening, right? So I would always look at this at like 2 or 3 turns, and it's still faster than a pet campaign for more money. And like $6 for a resource seems like a lot of money.
So,
So,
huh? there's a lot of stuff I didn't pick up the first time I looked at this, and now that you've talking about it, now that I've like been reading the chat, there's a lot more that's here that's making me like this a lot more and more. First of all, it's good to know that we've got some Shaper fans in the chat because us Shaper fans got to stick together. Uh, Second, I think Sanjay said Sanjay's reaction was like, "Ooh, I like installing things." That was my reaction too. It's like I like installing things too. um, Jessica asking why aren't they a connection? Be so good in as well. If it's a connection, then it's unique, right? Because you can't make it a non-unique connection, and then like then they can't stack, and like the fact that it can stack like Restaurator you just said is something that I missed the first time through.
Yeah, I mean, technically you can have like some of them running at like different paces.
Mm-hmm. And the part about whenever you install, it says whenever. It doesn't say the first time. It says whenever. So like you were joking about you can't do this on the same turn, but install environmental testing. Okay, so first of all, we're just playing Woo that I've been playing for a
I mean,
while, right?
of course, it's big woo. Let's be real. Like we
Yeah.
just saw like the Teki net damage just got a huge buff. Just won national championship. Everybody's going to be on like net damage, right? So you need the 50 cards.
Okay. See, no. But like, you install environmental testing, and then you woo out 2 SMCs, and you overclock archives, and you pick up 2 Rozekis, and then this triggers.
Yes, it does.
That's
I mean,
that's not bad.
it's like there's only 2 cards, right? You just need the resource and an overclock, or it could be even done with like what's it called? The thing that gives you like money to spend on programs.
Money to.
It's like $9, and if you use a program, it trashes itself.
Oh yeah. Flame out. Yeah.
Yeah, flame out. That's also a hardware, right? So that always also gives us a trigger.
Yeah, I think
So
there's a lot of stuff that shapers are gonna be playing around with that triggers this.
Yeah. And like one more piece I also thought about was like just stuff you like to install over and over again, like Harbinger and Simulchip.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not like the burstiest kind of thing where it's like, okay, this is going to trigger on the first turn, but this is like stuff you want to do anyways, and it gives you like triggers for this.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this card could easily fit in a lot of like install shapers, which should be most of what Shaper is doing. People are saying you don't have enough credits for that turn of environmental testing, double SMC overclock. That's true. Yeah, I guess you'd have to wait for turn 2. You can like turn 1 you just play your gamble, your creative commission, and your diesel. Because everybody draws those in your opening hand, right?
That's what good players do.
That's right. Chameleon decks love Flame Out and also environmental testing. Yeah, I like Chameleon a lot. Chameleon Woo is very, very good. But like recently Mayfly has served the purpose of Chameleon much better. But both support the card.
So one more thing about it was like, of course, we can all like dream about the sick 5-card opening hand to like utilize this in the first turn. But I think if you really want to lean into it, you'd need to like make sure you can trigger this in like at like turn 15, where you have like all your stuff installed, and still like have some stuff, so it's not a dead draw if you draw it like past turn 5.
Yeah. So I was just like thinking about that. Is like there's certain cards like there's other examples of this. What's one? Like moshing, or like basically every card draw card is bad once you have no cards in your deck. like Wildcat Strike. This is why I don't play Wildcat Strike in like APOC Max, for example, is because you get to the bottom of your deck and then Wildcat Strikes is just a dead card. So there is a point in the game where this could become a dead card. Is there things that you can do that kind of, make it so that this is less of a dead card later on?
I read in the chat bin breakers, but I could definitely see with like Aesops to like keep recurring them, and then you never run out. You could just like play recursion, like the bad levy replacement for like where you pay 2 and like get 5 cards back.
Harmony
Those
AR.
could be like Harmony AR. Those could be Harbingers or Simul chips. I mean, there's like if you want to, you can like make sure this never breaks. But I feel like you would have to like, it's a bit of a tightrope walk to like make sure that your deck slaps early while not playing like, I don't know, 2 Harmony ARs.
Exactly. Yeah, Harmony AR is like, it's only good like way later in the game, and if you're holding it in your hand and you're up against, Jinteki's trying to score blood in the water, it's not going to live in your hand for that long.
Unlikely.
Yeah.
Also, the chat, just like Jessica said, there's also another heart where you never run out of its boomerangs. So,
ooh, that's true. Yeah, and then you just play. See, everybody just calls that card boat, but like, what is that? What is the card even called?
The big boat.
The big boat. What's it called?
It's like an encouragement and endeavor and something like this.
Endurance.
Endurance.
Okay, that's not a hard name. There's like another card that's like, I definitely need to abbreviate this. Is it this card? Avgustina.
I mean, it's spoiler season. For me right now, cards have no name.
Yeah.
That new card that does stuff.
Yeah, endurance. So, I mean, endurance is, people have been comparing it to boomerangs, right? Like, you install endurance. If you use the new modded, then it's if you use rigging up, then it starts with 4 counters, and then it's like a double boomerang. So I don't know. You could probably build a shaper deck that plays this, like plays rigging up, plays endurance, and plays boomerangs, and you just don't need icebreakers. You just break everything with that kind of ice breaking ability.
Yeah.
Infinite Nutshell saying no, Ob is the big boat. Endurance is the reasonably sized boat. Very good. Oh, Ob is big boat. Endurance is boat. It's interesting.
It's pretty crazy how fast the name meta evolves. The cards have been out for like 2 days.
Simply the Onion says, which card are you comboing with that? The new one is an exchange I already had way too much. It's too many new cards. So, yeah, I think Boomerang's a good one. I think, like, if you want bin breakers to work, it's going to be, like, you have to build your deck completely around that. Which means, like, I mean, like, if you play bin breakers, you're pretty much playing Woo, because I think that's, like, the best way to, like, it synergizes so well with Woo and with Flameouts. If you play Padma, I think you have to play, well, you don't have to, but I think it's better to play, like, non-bin breakers. But as people have been pointing out, Padma can just put counters on environmental testing.
Yep.
Yeah, so you just add the extra counter or however many you need, and then gain 9. It's not bad.
If you need the money, it's neat. But I think they're like, more often than not, you will have like better targets than like a environmental testing token.
Are Padma and rigging up the only cards we've seen so far that charge? I don't know. Maybe. Let's see. It looks like it. I mean, that's the only cards in Shaper, and I think charge is the Shaper mechanic. So I don't think there are other. Yeah, there are no other cards so far that charge that we've seen. But we've only seen like there's only 4 Shaper cards here. So I don't know where the rest might be coming from. Maybe they're already out, and I'm just revealing that I haven't been following spoiler season that well.
I mean, I have also no instant ones that come to mind.
How many Shaper cards will there be in the pack? I don't know. Like, I have no idea, but you can kind of tell based off of how many cards have been released, because I would assume they're going to release the same number of cards for each faction. So, based off that assumption, we've seen the ID for every single faction except for Shaper, or sorry, not Shaper, except for Jinteki. We have not seen the Jinteki ID. Oh, never mind. We haven't seen an HB ID either. But we've seen an ID for everybody except for HB and Jinteki. And then Wayland seems to have the most cards right now, which is 2, 4, 6, 8 cards.
I'm not sure there will be an HB ID.
Yeah?
I'm not sure. I read some stuff somewhere. Could be wrong.
HB and Jinteki IDs are confirmed to be in Parhelion. Okay, so they're coming out later. And then Wentagon says 10 each for Runner, and then 8899 for Corp to make 64 cards and 1 neutral. Okay, so there's still like quite a few cards to go.
Some more charging up to do.
Yeah, more charging up to do for sure. One thought I just thought of for environmental testing, because it's. People were comparing it to TechWriter, right? Because you install your hardware or program, you get money on TechWriter, and then the difference is like you choose to trigger TechWriter and you choose the payoff, whereas environmental testing will pay off at 9 credits and you net 6. But one big difference between the two cards is that environmental testing costs 3 to install, and what are your thoughts on that? Because my immediate thought is like you could run into issues where it's like you need to get things going, and you're not sure if investing 3 credits right now will pay off in time for what you're looking to do.
I think that's a pretty good concern to have. Like $3, and like let's say you don't have a plan for the four programs that you're installing. It's not like daily cost where you can like put it down and it just makes money for you no matter what you do.
Mm-hmm.
This could be like definitely a big like money sink where it like costs you a lot of tempo, where you just like lose the card, lose the click, lose $3, and you have like no good programs to install, and you're just like clicking for credits to install your Bugalta or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or even worse, like Angolo.
Yeah, people are pointing out that like TechWriter is meant to be more like long term, and environmental testing is meant to be like much short term. And like you're totally right. And it's definitely better with rig. Is it rigging up or rigged up? I'm gonna start getting the terminology right. Rigging up. So it's definitely better with rigging up, and it's definitely better with career fair. Because if you can career fair this out for 0, then that's great. But it's just like you need to, unless you're Woo, because if you're Woo, you could guarantee that this triggers. But if you're not Woo, yeah, you can't rigging up this, but like you can rigging up other stuff, right? So you can use rigging up to install other things for cheap, is what I mean.
Yeah, to get an easy counter.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering if you're not Woo, and you don't have enough programs and hardware in your hand right now to get this triggered, like I can see myself having a hard time putting this on the board. Because
I can see it.
Yeah, because if I like, let's say I've got 2 hardware program in my hand, like if I put this on the board and then I try to draw into hardware program later, and then I don't find it, like that's, I just spent 3 credits on a click doing nothing until it pays off, and I don't know if
Yeah.
it'll pay off soon enough. That sounds
Hmm.
like you didn't build your deck right.
Yeah. I mean, that's like even worse if you don't have like the I install a billion things deck, right? If you have like two Rezekis installed, then what are you even trying for? Like three
Yeah,
breakers and like
simul
a
chips.
console? That's not the best thing to do. I
Yeah.
mean, I think this looks like to have like a very low bottom, but like a very high ceiling. Where it's
Mm-hmm.
like if we talk about those dream turns, like just clicking for 6 seems very good. But
Mm-hmm.
like if this gets like stranded on your board for like 10 turns, then it's not the greatest card.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, yeah, there's stuff like there's like simul chips, DZMZs, um, like Rozekis and icebreakers. Like there's definitely stuff out there. It's just that like I can, yeah, I can like just see myself struggling to put this down if there is a program that I need to install right now. Like what I'm thinking right now is like, I don't know, like I have a Mayfly, like or even I have one Rozeki. Like I have one Rozeki, and I have like environmental testing in my hand. Do I want to get the Rozeki down because I want to start getting money off the Rozeki, but do I also want to spend 3 credits putting the testing down so I can get a counter on there, or is it better to hold the 3 credits? And like that seems like a very very difficult decision to make.
I mean, it's even worse if you don't have the decision to make and just have no testing in your hand, right? And just have like two Rezekis in your opening. I mean, that's usually great, but then those testings are not going to be used for like the next 10 turns.
Yeah. Guys saying being down credits for a turn is like, dear opponent, this is your window. Yeah, exactly.
I
And
mean, it's not like four installs aren't like the biggest thing in the world. You can always like put down SMC, overclock, get out a breaker, and that's already 2. So maybe it could even be like seen as some kind of like trap from the runner to bait the corp into scoring, like saying, "Oh, look at me, I only have 1 counter on this," and then like boom, you get like $6 after you install your breaker from an SMC.
that's true. That's true. Or you just uh what's that card? Like Harbinger. Um
Hmm.
like Harbinger's like 0 to install. Like you just have like a bunch of like 0 to install stuff. Or like Simulchip. You can, if you have like a program in your bin, you can install Simulchip and then pop it, and that's like 2 counters in 1 click.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Any final comments before we wrap up
Mm.
the spoilers?
One more thing I like thought about was with this new like NBN archetype of like stealing credits or making runners lose credits. This is also like a nice way for like non-anarchs to like show off credits. Where like anarchs, they always have like liberated accounts, and if you have like $8 on them, you are somewhat safe from losing all your money.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like keep this on like 1 or 2, this is always a nice way to like bounce back from 0
Mm.
if you get your money stolen from the new agenda.
Yeah, that's a good point. When I like even in Shaper, when I like when I'm playing against a hard hitting news deck, and like I'm very happy to like dip below 4 credits, or like 4 credits is misdirection range. But if you dip below 4 credits, you can't get Econ Warfare, and then at the start of the turn you can drip up with like Daily Cast and Rozekis so that you can clear tags. And like this is kind of another way to do that. Is if you have counters on environmental testing, you can have like 3 counters on it, and then you can be completely broke. And next turn you like install misdirect from hand, and then this triggers and you gain 9.
That's pretty neat, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
in an ASOP stack, you could always like just install the misdirection even against non-tags, right? You just
mhm.
like get your little counter for free and then just ASOPs it for like 3 later and just use it as like an easy mark.
That's true. Yeah. Play like what Greg did. Like just play like this toolbox
Hmm.
pawn shop deck, and you install your zero cost stuff and just pawn it. And like that's a really good point. Is that it actually helps this? Yeah.
Like interestingly enough, I feel like the tool shop runners might have a good place in the meta,
Mm-hmm.
like going forward, because I feel like there are many different like corp directions going right now, and you always have to like prepare for net damage, and there's like tags, and there's like instant scoring for advancement counters. So I would feel like if I would make a competitive runner right now, I would look to have at least like some game against every corp.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's the time of the toolbox again.
So I Vale was asking the question. We can kind of you kind of answered it just now. Where do you two think you'll be starting when trying to isolate the best decks of the new meta? I'll let you answer first if you want.
That's a good question. Like usually, I'm not the build a deck kind of guy. I just like let good people do that, and then I just like steal their decks and maybe like make two or three changes that make the deck worse, and then play the deck for the rest of the year.
You're the where Finn and Bridgman and I were working on Asmari, and then you took the deck and put Jua in it, and then went and finished fourth place.
Yes. I mean, to like give a real answer, like just from the spoilers today, I will definitely try out Teki and see how competitive it is.
Mhm.
And on runner side, just from the standpoint right now, I feel like Crim is probably, if you want to be competitive, play Criminal, and if you want to have fun, play Anarch.
Play Anarch. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was in Calgary um since Monday, so I've been in Calgary for like the last weekish. And on Thursday, I played with Phil and with Keith. So that's Zeroth Maxima and Good Night, and we and Keith had brought some of the new cards with him. He just like printed them. So he was playing this. I don't remember what ID he was playing, but he was playing. Oh, I think it was Hoshiko or maybe Kim. It was some kind of Anarch ID, and he was playing all the sabotage cards. Oh no, never mind. He was just playing the Anarch ID, the sabotage ID, and he was trying to make it work. And yeah, it was cool to see it in action, see how sabotage worked. I was playing the Asmari, the Glacier Asmari, and he landed like the what's it called, Chestushka? Is that how you say it?
One Destruction 2.0.
Yeah, Chestushka. He like played that on me. I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting. I like I think he did it to me twice, and both times I was like, okay, I'll just throw away these two cards, and like here's like two cards that I don't care about in my hand, and then two cards off the top of R&D. So I feel like my initial reaction with playing against this card is you need to play Chestushka, Sabotage 4, and then you have to follow up by running HQ.
Yeah.
My answer is, I think, yeah, like you said Jinteki. You said if we can like get a good Jinteki deck, that could be pretty sick. And yeah, like I think especially with the agenda with Blood in the Water, if you can make it work, then it's gonna be sick. Um, and similarly, I feel the same way about Ob, about what we now know as Big Boat. I think if you can make,
Oh yeah.
yeah, if you can make a deck like a toolboxy Wayland, um, I see, but like I don't know how well you can do that in Corp, but I'm certainly gonna try. And I think if you can get like a lot like a good variety of cards in the same ob deck, and get that to work together somehow, and yeah, like I think that could be very, very powerful. And I'm being vague, not because I'm holding things back, but because that's the extent that I've thought about it. Is that I think you can make this work somehow, I have no idea how past that.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat here, but but I feel like the ability just reads super strong, but I think it will take some time until like people figure it out. It's 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 not as easy as put all the sabotage in your deck, and then there you go. But there are like lots of stuff to consider, and maybe like let the runner meta like shape out and see what cards you need,
Yeah.
and then go from there.
Is it a flavor win if I play both boats? Like if I show up to Worlds and I play Ob and I play Endurance.
I would say yes. I mean, it's a maybe for me. You need to like go full boat. Maybe like have one of those like Lonely Islands. I'm on a boat shirts on, and then like a little hat with like a funny boat on it. Then I can see it as a win.
Will you wear a captain's hat? Oh yes. If I, you know what? Okay, yeah. If my Worlds decks or Canadian Nationals decks is Ob and a deck with Endurance in it, I will wear a captain's hat for the whole tournament. And if I forgot, then people can get mad at me. Crown of Servers pirate themed team. Yes. That's so good. I love it. Okay, I think that wraps our section on spoilers. Are you ready to move on to the next thing we had planned?
I'm ready to move on.
Okay, so I'm just gonna finish up some comments here. Play any card that ends with ship. Yes, very good. Do you think Endurance? Yasengren's asking, do you think Endurance sees play outside of Padma? I haven't thought about that. I guess the first thing to look at is... Oh, I guess... Okay, Endurance can see play outside of Padma for sure. Just in other Shaper IDs. Like, you can... Like, in Wu... what's the Wu list? Let me pull up that list. Yeah, like, this is the deck that I've been, like, trying to make work, and I played at Gods of the Grid. I was playing 56 cards. I added another Flameout, and I added a Compile, and swapped the Super Corridor for a Daredevil. And this is something that was like really good, and yeah, it plays quite smoothly. So I think like something like this, like some kind of big woo, is still a very viable deck. And we had, when I was like testing this and like trying to finalize the list, the discussion between Super Corridor and Daredevil was like, I don't know, like we kind of flip-flop back and forth. Both have their ups and downs, but I think you could just replace this with Boat and be good. Oh, I can't because it's not here. Oh. Yeah, like if you like put one copy of Endurance in here, okay, I can't put it in. But that's fine. Like, yeah, I think like Endurance can go in here and it's good. Like you just, you know, as some people have said, like you just install Endurance and it's a boomerang. And if you rigging up it, is it rigging up or rigged up? It's rigging up. If you're rigging up the Endurance, then it's a double boomerang. So that seems very strong. Outside of the faction, is 5 influence? So probably not. Yeah, it's very hard to import a 5 influence card into your deck. Because you need like, if you want it to be a central part of your deck, which this card is designed to be, then you kind of want 2 copies, and now you're at like 10 influence already. It's a tough sell.
Like I haven't played much Shaper, but like what I would be afraid of if you are playing install much stuff Shaper, then you have like this big 8 cost. It costs 8 to install, right? 8 cost card that you need to be putting down, kind of like together with the other stuff. Doesn't this make you like more like vulnerable to like rush?
Some people are saying that you can play it in Atom, and that's a good shout. Is you can play Emergent Creativity and like throw out a Fem or throw out an Endurance and install another copy of Endurance. That's a good shout. But then, like, I don't know, like you have to play Endurance, which means you can't play what's Adam's console called? Brain Chip. So you're like stuck with 3 hand size, and that kind of sucks. unless you're playing Always Be Running, because you're using Always Be Running and Endurance, and you're synergizing somehow by running first click. But I don't believe that. So yeah, like you're gonna be on 3 hand size, and I don't know if that's gonna work.
I'd say it's a chance that it might show up somewhere out of faction, but I don't see it at the moment.
Yeah.
Maybe there's like a niche runner I'm not thinking of at the moment.
Yeah, and
that has infinite money for some reason and likes boomerangs.
Yeah, the thought crossed my mind that maybe you can like port Emergent Creativity into Shaper, but since you have rigging up, I don't think you'll spend 5 influence for Emergent Creativity.
Yeah.
Infinite Nutshell says, "Oh, you better believe I'm building Adam with Endurance and ABR." Yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. Like if you're playing against a deck that has a lot of ice, and they see that you start the game with ABR, and they do nothing. Like if you start the game with ABR, the Corp doesn't have to do anything other than like ice their 3 centrals. And if they're playing ice that doesn't just end the run, then you're in a lot of trouble, right? Like you install, like if you're against Teki who's playing Blood in the Water, and I mean it doesn't matter that they're playing that card, but if you're against a Jinteki that is like doing what we were theory crafting earlier, where you have a bunch of like cheap ice and you're playing like Asa. All they have to do is just like Ice HQ, Ice R&D, Ice Archives, and then you just have to like run into an Ike on the first click every turn.
Doesn't sound great.
Yeah, it doesn't. Okay, let's jump into the other thing we were going to do on the stream, and we were doing all the spoilers first, just so that the people in the UK and other places in Europe wanted to catch the stream, catch the spoilers before they go to bed. But I would encourage everybody to not leave yet, because what we have coming up here is it's going to be a whole lot of fun. So there's been a card. I remember on Discord there was a day where you were like, "Oh damn, this card is insane. Why has nobody played it?" What is that card?
I remember. So it's a Wayland operation that lets you draw cards.
Mm-hmm. Does anybody have? Yeah,
has an idea.
So chat. So here's the challenge. There's a Wayland operation that we haven't seen too much of, and it is rotating, and people are just gonna nail it first try. It is indeed Election Day.
And I'm like, wait, this draws 5 cards. Like, I remember there was this card called like Violet Level Clearance, which draw like 4 or 3?
4 cards.
Like 4 cards.
Yeah.
And it got banned because it was too strong. And it was trashable for 1. And it cost a lot of money. I mean, sure, it also gave you some money, but like you're Wayland, you don't care about money anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it just says like, there's like this first sentence, it's not great. The first sentence says you have to have 1 card in HQ to play it. The rest we'll just ignore for now. But then you draw 5 cards. And it's not even a terminal. For some reason, this isn't a terminal. You can get your turn and do stuff with all the new cards in your hand.
Yeah. So
this seemed very good to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's this card that lets you draw 5 cards. So yeah, like take us through. Where'd you go from there?
So I looked into cards that that synergized with like draw, and I looked into Ginger City Grid, which if you draw 5 cards, it's pretty good. And then I looked into the Wayland Ice card pool, and they have this card called Surveyor, which is also pretty neat. Because if you have Ginger City Grid and draw 10 ice every turn, then you get to have a huge Surveyor, which I think in the current meta, or like what's the current meta, but like the meta a few months ago was a bit underappreciated, right? Like in recent times, I saw many, or not many, but a few like yellow decks with Surveyor in it, like Yellow Glacier. But like a few months ago, I haven't seen much from this. Mm-hmm. So I were at the point where I had like Ginger City Grids and like a big server. So then the next step was like just like put more draw, because you always need more draw, right? And I put in Rashida's, no brainer, Spin Doctor. And then where I was like, okay, I have this like huge remote, and it's like untouchable. So now I just need to make sure that I like can score out very quickly. So I put in also like another pet card of mine, which is Arella Salvatore.
Okay.
So if she's in like a remote and it's untouchable, then she just like gets you, what is it, like 2 clicks?
Yep.
Every score.
Yep.
So yeah, that's also pretty neat. Then I think we need to put in Rashida's.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm also on like one Crazy Grid because it's not a must, but I wanted to like at least pay a little respect to the best runner archetype ever, so I just don't instantly fall to like AFOG.
Mm-hmm.
Then just like the regular good money, which is 2 hedge fund, 2 too big to fail. No, 3 hedge fund, 3 too big to fail.
Yeah. So hang on. So Infinite Nutshell says, so this is an Earth Station deck, and up until just now, like I knew you were playing this Jinja Election Day deck, but I didn't really like pay too much attention to what else was going on. Just because I've been like, I think you started doing this at the end of last month, and that was like when I was leaving, so I was barely able to pay attention to too much. So why did you pick Outfit?
So the main reason was because I wanted to have like not infinite money, but like to have no money problems.
Mm-hmm.
So like the ice isn't even like, sure, the ice is neat. You have like the what's it called? Trebuchet slaps pretty hard.
Yep.
And Bulwark is okay in the outfit.
Yeah.
So I just like wanted to be in a place because like the draw is settled with like the game day, and I just wanted to have like an ID that makes sure that I have always enough money.
Yeah.
That was the idea why I went to the outfit.
That's the thing. It's like if you're playing in Earth Station, which I think is also like, if that seems pretty appealing to me to play this out of Earth Station. But you only have Surveyor, and you don't have any other big ice out of Earth Station. So, like, by playing Outfit, it enables you to play Trebuchet and Bulwark, and that just, like, makes your ice so much better. And I think that is what makes Outfit worth it.
I mean, the next problem, I mean, I very much like the idea of putting this into other IDs, but when I play this, most times I don't even ice HQ, because you don't have the time for it. It's like, you're going to have like a few bad pop, and then the runner runs through most ice with no problem. And you don't even need to have HQ protection, because you either like score your hand out of hand with like just steamrolling them in the remote with a Rella. And if you don't have agendas, just draw 5 cards and then you have agendas.
I was just gonna say, like, what if they R&D lock you, and it's like, oh, it's fine, you have a card that draws 5.
Let me just like draw 5 cards.
Okay, all right. So I'm just gonna put the rest of the deck together. So we're playing the 7 2-pointers, and we're playing 3 hostiles.
And we are playing 3 hostiles, yes.
Okay.
1 above the law.
Okay.
Oh, we got it already.
Yeah.
Got those already. We're also on 1 send a message.
Okay.
That's 20, right?
Yeah.
Oh, also one very neat thing to mention is like the interaction between like Ginger and Stalled Ice and ASAF protocol is you get the effect basically for free because you don't really care if you trash an unrest ice which you installed for free.
Nice. I like it.
To meet.
I like it.
So we have this and that. Just because of the send a message, I also put in like a little archer.
Okay.
Just like a little archer.
I was
like
just
one archer.
I was just wondering if SDS is better because it defends itself early.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not in love with the send a message either because if it gets stolen, you're like,
Yeah.
Not the greatest of spots, but like it's I took all of the tag punishment and tag ice out of this ID because I just don't have the space for like hard hitting news and then you need to have like some kill in there. So I just took out all of the ice. So in the end I was pretty starved for good ice. So the archer, so the send a message basically makes me feel less bad about playing archer.
Yeah. Infinite Nutshell saying Archer is good in hostile Atlas decks even without send a message, and that's a fair point as well.
So we have 2 of those. I'm also on 3 Bulwark, not Bulwark, Hortum.
Hortum, okay.
Yeah, because it ends the run. That's pretty good.
And it's a code gauge.
We have 6, 7, 13. What else are we missing?
I see 1
Water
government
controls,
subsidy.
Oh yes, the government subsidy.
Yeah, and then we're at 49.
And that's pretty good.
Okay, let's give this deck a spin. Yeah, all I've been hearing is that this deck is super fun, and I need to see what all this fun is about, and I was hoping to bring the stream along with me.
Let me show you this kind of fun.
Oh, was there? Okay. Let's see. We've got. We're out of the outfit that starts with a T. There we go.
I think another like cool part about this is like that the games go by very fast. So we either win by like turn 5 or we're not in a great spot. So it's like great to showcase on stream because it's not like, okay guys, what's up? I'm Soccer. Today we're playing like the 1 hour grinder sessions. Are you here with me?
Oh man. Yeah. I mean, to talk about Grinder, I had it was like the next day after US Nationals, they were like, okay, we're banning shipment from Ten and Kakuga, and we're bringing back PE, and it was like it almost seems like it was because of US Nationals, but I know it wasn't because like that kind of stuff is like well in the works, but just like the timing of that is just excellent.
I think when they released all the stuff, they said it's only going to be legal for like the time until the new set drops, right?
Yeah. So
Kakuga was never there to stay.
Yeah, it wasn't. Okay, let me set up. I'm gonna set up the deck list here. how's time for you, by the way?
Like for normal people, it's very late now, but this is the time where I'm most awake. So you can expect like top notch. How do you call it? Like second seats driving.
Oh,
Not in,
backseat driving.
yeah, top notch backseat driving. You're gonna get the sick calls from me. I might even like make some meme calls just for the stream.
Oh
Where we
yeah.
like score 5 points in like one turn and win against, I don't know, some sick player. Because like this deck definitely can win against. Like this is not a meme deck. Like I've beaten like strong players with it.
I'm ready. So yeah, you walk me through this. You pilot, and I'm just gonna play the game and do what you tell me to do.
Okay. Sorry.
So if you wanna,
oh baby.
Oh, I
can
guess
see
like, yeah, I guess yours might be a little bit delayed, but this seems like a good hand, yeah.
This is a dream hand. Like if I hand picked 5 cards, I'm not sure I would have picked any other.
All right. Okay, mandatory draw. We get the election day. Is that like a click one play election day
babe.
and we just trash 5 cards?
No, of course we're gonna do some stuff. So we're up against Krim, so we definitely need to respect the doof, especially of Ken, because what else do they have? Let me think for a second. So we could do a slow one where we. I mean, we have such a great start, and let's be real, like Ken isn't a competitive ID, so we have some time here.
Yeah.
So I think the safest play, which is like we never lose, or not we never lose, but like the one which is like the most solid, would be just like get money, install border control on HQ, install bulwark in the new remote.
On a new remote, okay.
Like you could like greet it a little bit and just ice Rashida, but I'm not sure we need that.
Yeah, like, I was considering
the hand is so insane.
Yeah.
That we have a turn. Like even if they gamble Rezeki, dirty laundry into a send a message, I'm still saying we are probably going to win this game. Watch it on screen right now. Let's see.
So you drew Trebuchet.
Okay. Yes, it looks fine. But we're hovering the Rashida install. We're going to do that.
Yeah, install Rashida, install Trebuchet.
And gain a credit. Because like we have to draw anyway.
Yeah.
So we're not looking to draw more cards, which are most likely going to get trashed soon. So we just take the money.
Trebuchet the remote?
Yes, please.
Yeah. The other line we could have taken is we score the hostile, and then our hand is Trebuchet Rashida Election Day, and then next turn we install the Trebuchet, and then like maybe we play the card that we top deck, and then we just play Election Day and we trash the Rashida out of hand.
That's definitely something to consider, but it's also important to like not like to rush too hard the agendas, because like agenda score with Arella is so much more valuable than just a plain hostile. Looks good. So we definitely want to get the scores rolling.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need to election day when we just have like Arella and agendas in hand, right?
Yeah. So install Arella, install hostile Trebuchet R&D.
Are we afraid of snipes? I'm not. I mean, okay, like it's Ken. They're gonna have to have a dirty laundry.
Okay.
They just drew 4 cards. Usually, I'm not the biggest fan of icing R&D, but considering the matchup, it's an okay.
We could Trebuchet HQ.
I'm not gonna HQ. It's just about the remote, but we still have gingers coming up. So I think we can just like stop the free dirty laundry, put it on R&D.
Yeah. Okay. And then next turn we go like advance, score. Oh, okay. So we res Trebuchet here and like trash the Rozeki.
Oh yes.
Okay, seems good. Cannot steal or trash. If we think they're greedy, we could have trashed the class act, and then they continue the run into the bulwark, and then bulwark trashes the Rozeki.
No, that's like. I mean.
They are greedy, but we let them in.
Yeah. No need to like spend too much money or like gain too much bad pub.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yes.
HQ.
I think do we pop it here? Let's think this through. Like, on the one hand, we don't care about our money, but I would not like to have them. I would not like for them to have $5.
Yeah, exactly.
So the body control was just there to like stop a doof, and now it can do what it was meant to do.
Mm-hmm. I agree. So let's
and
pop
also
it.
Like, yeah, just pop it.
Yeah.
Like it also kills the boomerang. Next turn we're gonna put the ASF in the remote, so it's not like HQ is gonna be vulnerable.
Yeah. And if we top deck an ice because we're really good at the game, then we can ice HQ again.
Okay, let's see.
It's a hedge fund.
I mean, that's totally fine. We can just push.
Advance, score, and then what is last click?
That's a good question. What's the last click?
Install Naked Rashida?
I would no. I mean, it looks like a Spin Doctor, but wait. So we're gonna. I say we just push the ASF, just like one more installment, one more advancement.
Oh really? Oh really?
Yes.
But they're gonna like, aren't they? Don't they run HQ and trash the Rashida here?
Yeah, but like it's a 1 and 3.
Okay. Okay, another doof.
And if they spend that time, okay. I mean, that's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's like, okay.
Yeah.
That's 2 doofs down.
Oh.
Are you? Okay. I mean, that's all doofs gone, so now we don't need HQS anymore.
Yeah, that's fine.
And we get the Rashida.
We'll have to trash a card to this Azif, though.
It's not great, but I feel at the... so do we keep the... We
just get rid of the R&D Trebuchet?
Like, at this point, the ice is on the remote is just a bluff, right? We're not in the money range to do it.
Oh.
I think if we...
Go ahead.
If we trash the server 1, the trebuchet just falls way too easily to like inside jobs, another boomerang, and I would like to have the Rashida, most definitely. Yeah. I mean, we can like always hedge for, then score the ASF.
Yes.
Get the. Oh wait, I'm just like for a second.
We're good.
No, we shouldn't do like the greedy stuff where we just like. No. Just do the regular. Let's not lose the game on stream by doing meme stuff.
We trash the R&D trebuchet, we replace it, and the Rashida goes in the remote.
Yeah.
Yeah. They lost Inside Job and Rebirth. Dang. Those are some hits.
I'm sure there's a world where we don't hit the inside job and they just like kill our Rashida if we don't keep the server 1 ice.
Yeah. So now we can we triggered this Rashida. They run HQ and see election day. Very good.
Someone in chat is asking, is this just money and ice? Oh no, it's just money and ice up. Yeah. I misread the question. I thought it's a question if this deck is just money and ice, and the answer would have been yes. Tell me that's not a dream draw.
Do we score hostile and then Arella the Atlas in? Or do we install Atlas and then Bulwark HQ?
Oh, no. We're definitely doing double score hostile into another agenda. I'm just thinking about which one.
Oh, the Atlas. We don't want to trash a card here. Right? And we also get a counter. We also get a counter off the Atlas if we triple advance it. It's definitely the Atlas.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just thinking maybe they install 3 cards because they don't expect the second ASF, and then we just get the easy kill. But yeah, that's just dream world talking.
You're trying to meme.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we just triple advance the Atlas, we get a counter, and then next turn we just search for the third hostile and we
win. That's a pretty good line, yes.
But also, you have 7 2-pointers and you don't have an Audacity in your deck.
That's right. I had it in for some time, but it's just you can't keep it in the hand. And if you election day, then you lose it. And there was some other thing. If you use it before your election day, it's I mean, I'm not sure that the card has no place, but at this iteration just has none.
Yeah.
And considering the card's rotating in 2 days, there won't be much Audacity in this deck.
Is Audacity rotating?
No. Game day is rotating. So
election day. Yeah. Okay. The running R&D. We get to trash their Bagalter. Oh, never mind. They're breaking it.
They have infinite money.
That's a sentry. We just let them access, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They have to top deck the Atlas, but if they do top deck the Atlas, then we need to score another agenda.
Which wouldn't be the biggest problem in the world, right? I mean, okay, it's not great. Let's be real about it.
Oh, but also, yeah, this remote looks like an agenda too. And then we don't draw because we don't want to draw it. Okay. This is good. I mean, we didn't get to play the election day, so we're gonna have to.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, if the game just deals you a win, we can just take it.
Yeah. I mean, we got doofed 3. We got doofed twice.
Yes.
But it's a good thing we're outfit.
But our just very good planning, protective planning, just made sure we don't get doofed 3 times.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, we didn't get the Jinjas out. We need to get a game where we get the Jinjas out, and we play election day. And we install 5 ice on the remote, and then install an agenda.
Yes, but I think this game really showcased the insanity of hostile into Arella, because you get $10, a free install, a free advancement.
Yeah.
and you're just like, and the remote just had like 2 eyes, and they were like pretty much unbreakable in the early game because they're not gonna have a million credits. And even if they have like one answer, like inside job or boomerang, it's unlikely that they have two.
Yeah. Yes. Eastern calculus is. Oh wait, sorry. Captain Cody pointing out that Azif won you the game by hitting Rebirth because it stopped Steve Doof.
In a way, yes.
Eastern Calculus saying, as a startup player, the speed of these rush decks are amazing. It can, like, Wayland can just go super fast because it. Well, I mean, in this was like not necessarily because we had a lot of 3/2s, but yeah, like you can make a lot of good Wayland rush decks with Audacity, with Fast Advance, because Wayland has 7 3/2s. And that's a lot of 3/2s.
Some might even say it's like an unhealthy amount. But like sometimes when you just run into these like fast advance, I'm not gonna even build a remote kind of decks, it's like, okay, I'm gonna need to hit a lot of lucky accesses here.
Yeah.
And it's also like, I mean, it's interesting because the Wayland also have like always the threat of kill. I mean, at least they used to have it since until like HPT rotated, but like it's always like the little like tight walk rope where it's like, okay, I don't want to run too early because I might get like Econ Warfare into hard hitting news.
Mm-hmm.
And on the other side, you see like, oh wait, is it a fast advanced deck? They're scoring like hostiles and like have these other tools up their sleeve. So it's, especially if you don't know the list, it's very hard to like know. It's like similar to controlling the message, where it's like, okay, can I afford to like trash the bankers here? What happens if I get like HH end?
Mm-hmm. So
okay,
Vale, I see your question in chat here, and I will keep that in mind, and we'll come back to that when we get to the next break. So we're against Nero. We've got. Can you see my hand right now?
I can see the hand. I'm just like baffled by my opponent with the classic big Nero deck.
Oh yeah, it's a 54 card Nero deck. Do we keep this? This seems okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not the greatest, but it's like definitely too good to mulligan.
Yeah. Okay, that made it a lot worse. So is it like Border, HQ, Bulwark, R&D?
I mean, do we even?
Oh, you don't want to ice
R&D?
Yeah, I see. You don't want to ice R&D.
I'd say put Border on HQ and Spin Doctor in the remote.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, like just for the next turns, having like a Surveyor on the innermost, which is not revealed by Ginger Grid, can be pretty powerful, because if it like gets revealed by Ginger, it's an easy boomerang target.
Yeah.
But if it's hidden, ooh.
We just give him the 1 in 3.
I mean, we're not super sad if they hit it, but at least we get like a free border control.
We could res the Spin Doctor.
We could.
I'm not opposed to that.
Should we? Okay, we can res it.
Yeah.
I think technically we could have like rested before passing the ice res window. Because if we draw 2 agendas, I think we res here, but
That's true. You're right. If we drew 2 agendas, we would. Yeah, okay. That's so true. That's really funny. Do we spin the Rashida Oh no, we probably like pitch the send a message and spin it back.
Yeah, I think we do.
Okay. You mean pitch the send a message, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So too big to fail is good. Do you
I
just
mean, we can
Mhm.
draw twice and see what we get.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then we have like one install.
Dragon. So you just surveyor on the spin doctor?
What do we draw?
Spin doctor and hostile.
I'm not even sure we need to put it over the spin doctor. We can just put it on a new remote,
Yep.
just in case they don't run it, so it doesn't like hog up the.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. That's a mistake that I've been catching myself make a couple times.
Yes, definitely. Me too. That's why I'm pointing it out.
Okay, trashing Rashida off the top. We lost two Rashidas and drew all the spin doctors. We just mandoed spin doctor.
I mean, we can do like the greedy play where we shuffle in two Rashidas and spin doctor them back, and then put out a new one, draw two.
Yeah, okay. I like it. Election day and border control.
I mean, it's notable that they're on like 0 at 1 money going to 2.
Yeah.
So
you like border hostile?
I like that, yes.
Yeah.
As someone is pointing out in the chat, like Eastern Calculus is saying, no Rashidas equals celebration day stonks. I mean, I guess they mean the other day, election day.
Yeah.
And that's right. Because like if all your Rashidas get broken and you don't have a card that draws 5 cards in one click, then you're pretty sad.
Yeah.
But seeing our Rashidas being trashed is not the worst thing in the world.
So do we just like get all the cards out of our hand here?
I think we wait a turn and we do like all the important stuff. Oh yeah, you mean yeah.
Yeah.
We do all the stuff.
Yeah. So
we prepare for election days.
Yeah, we prepare for election day. So do you want to play the too big to fail or do you want to play the hedge fund?
Too big to fail.
Okay, so
I mean we're playing both.
Oh, we're playing both. Okay.
Yeah, because it's still like criminal, and we still need to be like a little bit aware of our money situation. And it's definitely like we're playing outfit because we want to be in a place where we don't care about money and can technically res like 20 ice worth of credits.
Can I bulwark HQ?
I think 1 ice is enough.
Really? But
I'd say
like, we get doofed again, we have to like pop the border control and it's open again, right?
Yeah, but they are 55 cards. So they're not going to draw 3 doofs again. And we have like 1 border control. That stops the first doof. And we should have 1 by the second.
So bulwark R&D?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And then next turn we can install Spin Doctor and then maybe install another card and then election day. Or maybe we election day click 2.
Yeah.
Or maybe we score the hostile first. Oh,
I'd like to see if we like can get Arella.
Oh, okay. We drew a Zeef.
I mean, that's also not the worst thing because like election day interacts nicely with agendas in the bin when we have Spin Doctor on the board.
Okay. Oh, that's true.
So I don't mind like trashing the ASF here.
Okay. Do you want
Maybe we can like a Trebuchet, server 2, put down Spin Doctor, and then election day.
Okay. Okay.
And if we don't draw Arella, we can just like start scoring manually.
They installed a recon drone.
Did we just draw 5 cards in one click? Seems pretty good.
Okay, so we spin back. We fire both spin doctors, do we? I think so.
Yeah, they're making us do it, which is pretty smart of them.
So we put back Election Day and Hedge Fund?
Sure, yeah.
Ah, there's the Arella. Arella
yes.
and Jinja. Okay. Oh, so next turn is install Arella, advance, score, and then Arella in the Azif.
Correct.
Good stuff.
It's all coming together, yes.
It's all coming together.
Just very nice how much our greed paid off. And we could have started scoring. We could have started scoring earlier, but just the perfect timing.
What do we discard here?
This is such a nice hand. Like we definitely need Rashida because we need to like get our draw going.
Yeah.
The money card is also nice to have because it's easy to play. I think we did. I'd say Bulwark.
Yeah. Okay. So the next turn we go advance, score, and then the Rashida goes in by Arella, and then we install. Like we probably have to like Azif the Bulwark on R&D and then replace it. But then we don't get
like replace it
with Jinja.
We can also like replace with like with just a Jinja grid, like a soft replacement of like future ice.
Do we res the Bulwark on R&D here?
I don't think we do.
Yeah.
Like it's not punishing enough, and I don't like for them to have like infinite money yet. And if they snipe a card, they snipe a card.
Yeah. They got a hostile. That's fine.
Yeah.
We draw Hedge Fund. Okay, so it's Azif the Bulwark on R&D, and then install Jinja on R&D.
So we're still doing the Rashid and remote, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Revolver and Mutual Favor, not bad.
For what it's worth, out of the 55 cards they have in their deck, at the moment I would have guessed like 0 of them correctly, because all of these cards I have never seen play. So good on them for like playing some stuff that's not being played every day.
Can I let them in here?
Most definitely.
Yeah. Just so we just don't reveal the HQ ice.
Yeah. Like if they blind Boomerang into Doof, we can stop it, and otherwise we can just like keep them guessing to force them to not install a non-killer.
We drew no ice. We drew.
How can that be?
We drew Azif, Send a Message, Arella, and Too Big to Fail.
Let's see.
So we go like.
I mean, I guess we're just pushing.
Yeah,
but the question is which agenda.
The Azif, probably. Yeah.
Is it? Like we're on 3 points. We're going to 5.
And we have 5 more 2-pointers in the deck.
Like, I think there are arguments to being made for both, but I think Azif is just the safer, less committal play. It sucks if like the Send a Message gets like sniped,
Yeah.
But if they start running HQ, we can consider
Yeah.
raising the border control.
Do we bulwark R&D and then subsidy?
I like it. Yep. Like, especially because in an ideal world, we need to draw another 2-pointer.
Yeah.
So making sure they don't snipe those of R&D is pretty important. Also, it makes it look like HQ doesn't have an agenda.
Yeah. Hopefully we draw an ice here, and I can put it on R&D and then Azif it.
That would be ideal, yeah.
Oh, or we draw a 2-pointer. Oh, is this sick or what? So we score Azif, and then we trigger Arella to install Above the Law into the remote, and then Azif trashes Arella.
How elegant. Oh, this is so neat. Look at all those card interactions.
Oh, wait. No, as an additional cost to score. No, I have to do the Azif thing now. So I guess it's Jinja.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flashbang. That's a card. Flashbang is a card. Oh boy. Wait, Captain Cody says could have won this turn if install advance last turn? Oh, like install advance the Azif, and then we top deck a 3/2.
That's right, yeah. But
yeah.
Then we wouldn't have like any eyes on R&D.
Yeah,
and if they would have run it, they would have just sniped it. But yeah, if they wouldn't have run. F2 clicks.
Yeah.
It's somewhat not losable at this point.
Yeah.
The chunker. Get chunked.
I really liked, there was a comment from earlier where I was like, we could have triple advanced the Azif protocol and left it in the remote, and then we try to draw another Azif, and then we like score Azif and Arella to install the second Azif and score the other Azif and try to kill them.
Now I feel a bit bad because like this is exactly the kind of place you want to go for, like on a stream, and not just play like, okay, I'm just gonna like win by like pushing stuff. Yeah. So maybe, I mean, do we have time for another like Mimi run?
Yeah.
One for the fans.
Of course. You mean of this deck or something else?
I'd like to. I'm fine. I'm fine either way. However you like it. I would just keep playing this.
Yeah, no, I'm happy keep playing this for like, yeah, like I'm good to do another game or two.
Spoilers?
Okay. I'm gonna dip out, but yeah, okay. Okay. Let's go again. I could have played Election Day before scoring out. That's true.
I feel like for an unknowing opponent,
yeah,
it's kind of like BM.
Yeah. If that was like, if we were playing against Brandon, I would have. I
Oh,
would have. If we were playing against
against.
Brandon, if we were playing against Brandon, I would have double advanced. I would have double advanced the above the law, played election day, and then ended the turn.
Yes, yes, yes.
So the cards are on JNet, but they're not in the Netrunner DB deck builder.
I think they are. Someone earlier pointed out in chat that you need to put the deck restriction to casual, but they're
Oh,
technically not yet legal.
right. Okay, I believe so. Vale was asking what card is there? Is there a card that we're gonna miss the most from rotation?
Oh, that's a good question. So what set is rotating again?
It's Mumbad and Ordering Chaos.
Okay. I have to look up those sets because I don't have like the perfect knowledge.
Oh, okay, wait. Okay, sorry. We'll have to come back to this. We're against Osclate.
Oh boy.
Against Hoshiko, 3 ice, Azif, and Hostile.
Okay. We'll have to. I think I have to play this like somewhat blind because I think my computer just crashed.
Okay.
So okay, we're up against Hoshiko, and we have what kind of starting hand?
Come to UK Nets so I can beat you. We have Hostile, Azif, Surveyor, Whoredom, Bulwark.
I mean, we have ice, but we have no tempo, right?
Yeah.
We have the hostile. That's not the worst to have like 10 credits. Like I think there's a world in which we don't draw as good of ice, and then we're like very sad because we definitely want to double ice the centrals to keep Hoshiko not drawing. I think two agendas are just like mulligan.
Yeah, I'm gonna mulligan. Okay, we've replaced the 2 agendas. So we have Surveyor, Whoredom, Trebuchet, and the 2 agendas have been replaced by Arella.
I think that's okay.
And then we drew another Whoredom.
I mean, it's not great world. I mean, 2 Whoredoms is pretty neat because we can rest both.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't, but we can like credit HQ and then R&D.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're both like decent to have on centrals.
Yeah.
And if we draw the Arellas now, we don't have to like greed for them later, which is also pretty neat. Okay, I think my computer might be back on.
Yeah, just having some nice chats with Laura. And I was like,
Oh, yeah.
I just do all the things that Eric does, except 1 year later, which is like so true on like so many different things. Okay, what happened? Gamble, I've had worse draw, take a credit. We drew Jinja. Nice.
Oh yes. Very juicy. I'd say we put on the Surveyor, put on Ginger, and take a credit.
Yeah, so you're not scared
round,
of like the run on the remote?
I mean, I wouldn't love it, but if she pays 8, if she pays 5, I'm like, okay, pay 5.
Okay, Res Jinja, yeah?
Yes, please.
Vale says, "Do you think Eric's card will have a presence in standard, in competitive standard?"
Yes.
It has to, because that's like a
This is
really
like
powerful effect.
a very clear yes.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's no like high profile, so it's like it's hard to like. I haven't played around with it, but like I imagine
I think
some people will try to make it work.
I'm pretty sure it will work. Like just like if you look at like HHN compared to this doesn't even require a run. So you can't even like play safely around it. You're just gonna like have to put in like tech cards to like even have a chance against this.
Yeah. We drew a Zeef and Trebuchet. Do I just draw again?
Yes.
Another Azif?
Mm. Hmm. I mean, she knows we didn't draw eyes.
Yeah.
I also would like. I think we take a credit here to like threaten to Hortum Reses.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes you just get these like slow opening hands, but you can only put so much tempo in your deck, right?
Is letting her access the Spin Doctor wrong? No, right? Because it's like, if we don't fire it, she basically can trigger her ID now.
I think that's something to consider. I don't even like to like remove him for like one card, but I think maybe if like 2 turns from now, if she's still, yes, we are definitely putting the Rashida in there, and maybe even the Arella.
Oh, really?
Because we're gonna have to do it at one point anyway, and if we are on 8 or 9, doesn't really make much of a difference.
We can res Surveyor and hoard them together.
That's the point. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. She has still 2 breakers.
We drew no ice, but we drew 2 election days.
That's something.
Yeah.
Okay. So no ice is definitely not the greatest zone to be in. Let's think about this. We definitely need to like get some cards installed before we even consider election daying.
I think we just Rashida again.
So now it's Rashida, Arella, Ice, server somewhere.
Server 1.
What's
Just
the Ice again? It's Surveyor and
Trebuchet.
I mean, she has $18, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. I think we still do server 1 because we need to. I would very much like the Rashida to fire, and I wouldn't like it if she trashed it. I mean, on the other hand, is she even running without a barrier breaker?
Yeah, maybe not. Because we have 10. Do we pitch Azif or do we pitch Election Day?
I mean, we're only going to play 1 election day anyway.
But, yes, but do you want to spin an Azif back?
That's a good point. Yes, I would like that.
Yeah. Infinite Nutshell. So Spin Doctor shuffles cards. It shuffles R&D. So you can use remove Spin Doctor from the game to shuffle R&D with nothing in the bin.
So this is where like a million strength surveyor is kind of good.
Wait. Amaku has been errated. It says, whenever you finish breaching a server, if you do not steal or trash any excess cards, place one virus counter on this program.
I haven't seen this before either, but I'm also not reading cards.
It was. Interesting. Okay, I've never seen that before. Okay, let's fire Rashida. We drew a Surveyor, a Hedge Fund, and a Christian Grid. So let's put that on, yeah?
Put that baby on there.
And then we Mando another Rashida. So we go like install a Zeef, Hedge Fund, Christium R&D.
The question is if she even playing like Stargate, because she has like 2 memory used up already.
Yeah.
I mean, I would hate to see like a Stargate go down.
We could single advance the Azif so that if we find an ice, we can ice archives.
I don't hate that. I think I like it better than the Crisium. Like the Crisium is we can like keep it for like as a safety net. So we don't need to pitch it. We can pitch a game day, not game day, election day. So if she puts it down, we can like still secure R&D.
We've got falsified.
Oh no! I mean, if we were the double
on the Arella.
I mean, if we were good players, maybe we could have seen it coming with like Amakura.
No, that's fine. And then running HQ with the perfect 4-strength turtle. We don't.
I mean,
no res, right?
We don't do those, no.
Accesses election day.
What's?
Not a real card.
The memes. The memes.
Okay. We drew Jinja. That's not helpful. We're gonna have to.
It's not bad. It's not great.
We have to like deal with this turtle.
Yes. I mean, so there's a weird line. I'm not sure if we should take it, but we could like Ginger Archives and just hit the game day. I mean, that's not really going somewhere because then HQ is super vulnerable. Like for some reason, she also has like $32.
Yeah.
Let's think about this. I feel like we need to purge when we have ice installed.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she just gets like free everything value while charging up again.
But she can run to remote next turn.
Yeah, we need to score it now because the surveyors are only like keeping the turtle out for so long.
Yeah.
Like. There are like some people in the chat saying triple advance Hortum. I feel like it's not doing anything. Like, firstly, it's super telegraphed that it's Hortum. Secondly, she has the Black Orchestra in the bin, right? So instead of paying 2, she's paying 3, and we lose a turn and $3. So I'd say, how
What if we?
how expensive
Mhm.
how expensive is the remote if she has a turtle on 8?
Like $2 per ice?
I mean, we have no bad pub, so it's still some money.
We can't res all of
I'm
it
just thinking, yeah.
because we could go.
I'm
We could
thinking,
go. We could go double advanced score Zeph. Arella puts Rashida in the remote, and then we install Jinja in archives.
what are we trashing?
The Jinja in the remote.
Really, you are like fine with like 4 eyes?
I mean, there's no better choice, right?
Hmm. Hmm. Well, we could use the Arella just for the one-time install and then trash. No, we can't trash her because it's
Yeah.
fast. Okay. Yeah, I mean we have another. So we're planning to put the Ginger on archives.
Yeah, because then if we Mando draw an ice, we can purge.
Yeah, I mean likely she's gonna just trash all our stuff. She's gonna trash the Ginger on archives and trash the
Yeah, whatever.
Rashid remote. But I think that's our best bet at the moment. We can
Yeah.
just like rebuild from there.
Yeah. Lost Hippo, and I've had worse. Okay.
I mean, Hippo is a kind of a big deal.
Yeah. So she runs the remote here for sure, but like it's like run HQ twice and then run the remote. Do we res the Hordem to make her break this?
I mean, we have no bad publicity, and she's likely going to have to run it
again.
Yeah, but like she can also just run archives.
Yeah. Okay. We'll let her in.
What are our like server 1 reses?
2 surveyors and 2 trebuchets.
Oh no, I meant like what card are we considered to res? Are we considering resing?
Oh, like nothing.
Like I see us resing a surveyor just to like make her pay 2 and get into too big to fail range and like we can like res the publicly known surveyor, so we still might get her off the hidden one.
But then the publicly known surveyor can get hippoed.
Oh, okay. Tough spot.
Yeah.
Of course she's running on 8.
Yeah. We just res. I just res inner surveyor. That's fine, I think.
Okay. So she saw the ginger grid and she left it.
Yeah.
That's good.
Which is very good. Yeah. It's very well. No, see, the thing is, she had to leave it because if she trashed it, she doesn't get a turtle counter. So then she has to go and get another turtle counter, and then she runs last click and gets border controlled.
True.
So she might run back and trash it now.
She might.
Yeah. Nice. It's time to elect. Oh, we drew above the law. If we drew an ice, then we can. Oh wait, I didn't even res the Jinja. I'm so bad.
No worries.
Okay, so now what?
So step 1. So we have a decent remote. Problem is the turtle is pretty good. I'd say we too big to fail. We rest the ginger. We fire the game day, and we put something new in the remote. Maybe a Spin Doctor. Worst case, we sacrifice the above the law.
Okay. Archer Surveyor. That's not bad. So we'll put Archer and Surveyor down. The other cards are Hostile, Hedge Fund, and Send a Message.
I mean, yeah, we definitely need to put some eyes on archives. I'd say what's outer, what's innermost.
Like just Surveyor outside, Archer inside?
Sure.
Yeah.
So the problem is there's no place is safe, right? We need to like survive one more turn.
We just throw the Hostile in the remote, I think.
Yeah. If she for some reason doesn't run it.
Yeah, like we needed a Spin Doctor there. Do we res here? No, right? No. We need to save our money for Purge next turn.
Yeah. I mean, one good thing we have going is that we have like the Send a Message Archer combo going.
Yeah. Okay. We just gotta hit this 50-50 on the hedge fund every time. Oh, we only needed to do it once. Easy. We drew border control. We keep that in hand, right?
Yes, we need some server 1 in the future.
Yeah.
Hit the Purge, baby.
Okay. Flip the HQ Whoredom. Black Orchestra. Break for 3. We've got 2 out of 3 on our side. Good.
There's no fear in my heart. There's no fear in my heart.
That's right.
Easiest agenda dodge ever.
Yeah. There's the spin.
Ooh, baby. Are we doing it? Okay, let's think about this.
Can I just jam Send a Message?
So how... I mean, it's definitely expensive to get in here, right? If we rest 2 surveyors, we go the second, not 2. If we rest the second surveyor, we go to $7, right?
Well, 5 if we double advance. So no, we can't.
Oh, yeah. I mean, how much? Like, what's the? Let's say in the world she just goes through, breaks both. That's not cheap.
Yeah.
That's like 16 if she takes 2 tags. But she has fucking 34 credits. Like, I don't even love the hedge fund here because she has 2 pet taps going.
Yeah. I'm on board with just jamming this.
I just love that it was your idea and you say you're on board with this.
Well, yeah.
Okay, I mean, let's do it.
But I don't know. Like, the other thing we can do is we could like draw twice and then install Spin Doctor and then try to bait her through the spin.
No, we're not doing that.
No,
she's not likely. Wait, is that the play? I mean, is she running a double advanced card? Is she running a not advanced card?
I think she doesn't run a non-advanced card. Like, I think the chances go up a lot if it's double advanced.
Like, the problem is also that just like her late game is so menacing. She has infinite money now, and she gets like $4 a turn.
Mm-hmm.
And we are like somewhat on the clock. Like, sure, we have like the surveyor late game, but it's not unbeatable. It's like payable with money.
Yeah. So we can res Whoredom here.
I would like to make her lose some money. Yeah.
But if we don't res, she just runs again.
Yeah, I don't want to see her farming.
Yeah. And then she runs archives.
I guess she does.
Install turning wheel. That's good. That means we're not running the remote.
Yes. That's pretty neat.
Ah, hit that hedge fund. Let's go. Oh. Running HQ again. Hedge fund number 3. Okay, so now we can like. Now
I'm
we
very
can
happy we didn't put a trap out there.
So but now she has to run it. So we triple advance to send a message, and we can res. I think we have to res the archer on archives.
Yeah. I mean, she has 4 on Amakua.
Oh, that's true. So do we just score this? So we Arella in Spin Doctor for sure.
Yes.
And then the question is, what do we res? We have $3.
I mean, a trebuchet gets us enough money for the second surveyor, because we get $3.
But then centrals are free. Is that okay? It might be okay. No, I think it is okay. I think it is okay because we're pretending this is game point.
In a way, yes.
Oh no, but if we res trebuchet, we go to no. Because we res trebuchet, we go to $6, and then we res surveyor, and then she just jacks out.
But we're not going to give her the jack out. We're not going to res.
Oh no, because we can take a credit and score. No, we're good. Because I was thinking, if you go down to 1 credit, you can't score. But we have 1 advancement on the card, so we can take a credit, double advance, score.
Yes.
So she has to run the remote here.
Oh yes, she's very afraid. I can smell it. I mean, that's not the greatest card to see.
I think we still res.
Oh, but I'm not in love with this. Like,
no?
If we res, we go. There's so many problems with this. First, we go down to $1, which is not a great place to be. Secondly, we make her go through 1 8-strength surveyor and then another 6-strength surveyor.
Yeah. Which is 3, 6, 9, and then.
Damn, she's fine.
3, 6, 9, 12. 12 plus 2 is 14. Plus 9 is 23. Plus another 3, 6, 9 is 32. So she goes to 1 credit.
Okay, let's make her do it.
So we both go to 1. If she goes all the way through, we both go to 1, and she has to go all the way through.
Yeah. Oh, and we even get the install.
Oh.
And the MU text. That's juicy.
Yeah, she's coming through. She gets to 1 credit. We don't even have to res. Oh, we do, because the Dream Net gives her a credit, so we have to pop the Spin Doctor. But that's fine.
That's a trade I'm willing to make. That's always like the good thing. If you don't do the bait and switch the first time around, they're gonna have to check the second time. So in a way, she got like double punished for not checking the first time and then checking the second time. But
we drew Election Day and Azif. So we put like Rashida back.
Sure.
Yeah. Or oh no, too big to fail. Too big to fail.
Oh yeah, money is pretty decent.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the Ginger trash on the server still. I'm not sure if she would have left it, but just the ability to technically put down Azif, put down Ginger, just smash the Election Day, make Surveyor go back up to 10.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so good. Install agenda, election day. So good. There's the hedge fund. Again. Hedge fund's doing lots of work. Oh, hostile draw. Oh, that's so good. Is it?
Wait, you didn't check R&D?
No. But this turtle's at 6.
And she even greedily gave us the $2 to score it.
I think we purged.
I mean, she trashed the orchestra, right?
Yeah, so we purged.
But archives is pretty free.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, archives is free. So we have to score.
What about we score the hostile.
Mm-hmm.
We install border control on server 1 with Arella.
Oh yeah.
We hope she doesn't hit the ASAF, and then we score that next turn, or like sometime in the future.
Yeah.
Because like the server right now is not super impenetrable, but if we get the surveyor back up to 8 strength with the border control, I can see that being more of a good thing.
Mm-hmm. We got the Maw. So let's hope she hits the hedge fund, and then next turn we can do the turn where we go install Azif, install Jinja, election day. I hope this works.
I mean she has like a turning wheel, but she's only on 1 point, right? So I don't mind drawing a few agendas into HQ.
Please hit the hedge fund. Oh, we're just gonna snipe agendas.
Where do those come from? Wait. Wasn't she on 1 point like a literal second ago? Sorry.
All right, let's see it.
Please don't snipe.
Hit the hedge fund. Oh, she hit the Azif.
Ooh. How are we looking on the spin doctor front?
We drew Bulwark. Our hand is election day, Jinja, hedge fund.
We're putting that on archives, right? Or are we? I'm not even sure. I think we are.
I mean, we might as well, because we can go install Jinja on the remote, res Jinja, election day, and we find a 2-pointer, we put it in the remote.
Yeah, okay. Then better on archives than in the trash.
Yeah.
I mean, this is definitely like...
we drew no agenda.
I don't...
We drew Whoredom, Border Control, Hedge Fund, Gov Sub, and Too Big to Fail.
So we don't even have something to bluff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's our out?
I mean, we just throw the ice on the remote and then play Hedge Fund and see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's always like... That implies that there's like some kind of hope. I don't see us getting there, but we can like crack our brains after we like even see the light of the next turn.
Exactly.
Because I see a world in which there's a run which ends with like turning wheel tokens, and after that there's like something saying in the chat which is like GG. I mean, she has 3 on Paladin. Maybe she installs a card and gives us a chance to draw into an agenda. Oh no, Look how smart she is. Such a good player, Laura.
How many agendas are even left? 3, 6, 7. Oh, I can look on my stream. There's 11 agendas, so there's 4 agendas left.
Let's hope she doesn't smell anything in archives.
It's funny because the Bulwark on archives just makes sense because we were going to trash it anyways. We drew another Bulwark. We just throw that on archives, yeah? And then we purge?
Yes. How much is purging doing here?
Like she has to pay... Oh, nothing.
3?
She has to pay 3 bet pub to get in. So she charges her turtle for 4 counters.
And she gets the turning wheel. I think there's no world in which like we.
So we just draw. We just like because she saw 2 cards, so we can like click 1 draw. We see a card that she saw. Click 2 draw, and we like nail the agenda, and we put it in the remote.
Or like even the spin doctor is also fine. Just make her spend some money, which is not bad pub. Like this is usually you don't want to get to turn 14. This is the problem with the deck.
So do we Bulwark? So does this Bulwark go on server 1 then?
I'd say yes, because we need 14 strength, so she can't just like run R&D, run the remote with a billion strength.
We drew Rashida.
So 14. I think we keep drawing.
Oh really? You don't just slam it in the remote?
We draw at second click.
Yeah.
Like the stream, like it was the stream was a bit behind.
Yeah.
Oh no, she has another deuces. That's not goodnews.com. I mean, we just need one more. No, we need a few more. I mean, if she gets in, then we can maybe purge.
We need a whole lot of luck. Oh wait, there's a hostile. If we fire Rashida, we could just draw a hostile and win.
I don't see us firing it, but there's a. I mean, we can just like pop the border control.
Yeah. We have 2 border controls.
Oh yes, the line. Oh yes, I see the line.
Yeah. It's just 3 clicks though. That's 1 click.
Have you seen the anime where like there's a samurai kid, and he always sees like this thread that he needs to cut, and that's like his only hope. I definitely see the thread that we need to cut right now. Just like pop the border control. Find the 1 and 3, easy money, GG.
Okay, we res the border control that she knows, although she should know the other one too.
Does she have enough money to just break the surveyor like on normal terms?
It's just trace 14.
Just casual trace 14.
Yeah, just casual trace 14. We don't res the other border control, right?
No, we don't have the money. Do we? Wait, we do, right?
We do. It's just do you reveal it now? Oh no! Wait, no, we can't res because then we can't score. Like we can't score 3-2 in the remote.
Oh, that's right. Okay, no, we definitely don't. That's a good catch. Yeah. We don't want her to like not spend $1 million.
Yeah.
We want her to spend $1 million. We can even like be a little cheeky, right? She has how much? She has a link and one on here. So 15.
So we boost the trace by 3.
I say yes.
Oh.
Wait, we should make it so she still can get in, but it's like very detrimental to her money. So she has like 15, 18, 19. Yeah, we can boost by 3 definitely. Like that's saying, do you want this 2-pointer? I mean, then we want to have all your money.
We need to res the border control. We can't boost by 3. Like the out is this Rashida fires.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, okay. You're right.
Yeah.
I'd like the meme, but let's like Laura's not the player to meme against. Like she will mess us up.
We can
do stuff like this.
We can pay 2.
Can we?
I think so.
I don't think we can, because we need the border control rest maybe next turn, and then we still need $2 to like score a hostile.
No, we get 3
I'd
off.
say
We get 3 off Rashida.
Oh, but okay. Another question: does it matter if she has like, I don't know, $3 or $5? Like, if we, does the money ever matter for her? Because like we have less money than her, and I'm not sure if our $3 aren't worth more for us than her $3.
Okay, let's not boost it, because if she runs again, we can boost it then.
Yeah. I mean, we're not gonna, because she's gonna be on 0 credits, and we don't need to boost then.
Yeah, she can't run again, right? I think this was just a bad run.
It's not too committable. Like, she's not committing too much.
Yet.
Like, sure, she's losing all her money, but she has 2 clicks and four turning wheel tokens. So in the world, the problem is now we're saying it's even archives. Next problem.
Oh, she's going
Wait,
again. Because Surveyor is at 12 strength.
Oh, baby.
I forgot about that. I should have spent 2. Yeah. We should have boosted by 2. 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, actually, no, it didn't matter.
Huh. That's not great.
So, no, because we can pop border control here.
And then what?
And then she runs again. But then she didn't check R&D.
And then we take the 1 and 9?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have to.
Then it's good that we didn't spend the money, because $2?
Yeah.
Screams hostile.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I hate to be down to like a 1 and 9, but if we win it, it's going to be a very fun experience on stream. The thing we all wanted. So let's just like pray to the RNG gods.
Yeah.
Just like a little 1 and 9.
We hit, yeah, it's fine.
A little 1 and 9 never hurt nobody.
Nah.
You know the song?
Exactly. You know, she might actually so here's the thing. She might actually psych herself out here and do something else. Because if we have $2, we can't score 3-2. So she might not run the remote. There's a chance she doesn't run the remote here. Okay. She's going back. Which I think, like... Yeah. Like her running the remote is like the best. Because if she runs R&D, she sees 3 cards. And we'd rather her run the remote, and we roll a 1 and 9.
Yeah, then it's like she needs to miss the other agendas, and we still need the 1 and 9.
Okay. We can get this. Mandatory draw, hostile off the top, score hostile win. I've called like lower chance cards than this. There we go. It's a spin doctor.
I mean, it's a card.
It is a card.
It's a card. It is not the you lose the game card.
No, we still lose because like we install and then she like I think we go like draw twice, install, spin.
Do we even draw twice? I don't want to make HQ any more juicy.
Well, see, the thing is, we install spin. She runs click 1, and then we res spin, and then she runs HQ twice, and then turning wheels R&D.
Yeah, but then if she runs HQ twice, I'd rather have her not the 2 new cards.
Yeah. Okay. Install spin credit card?
So sure.
Oh, wait. She's tagged. Trash turning wheel.
Oh, we also have money. We can use our money. Like we don't even... Do we like too big to failure?
Yeah. We do. We too big to fail and we trash turning wheel.
Hit the wheel.
Yeah. I almost missed that she was tagged. Our chances are like decent here. Like hedge fund on
Like
top, and then hostile is the next card.
just one more hedge fund, easy money,
Yeah.
literally. One
All
more
right.
hedge fund for the fans.
Okay.
We're living. We're
Okay.
living. We're living. Oh no. Oh yes. I mean, we have a spin doctor. Perfect answer.
And Ma already triggered.
Did it? Oh yes, it did. That's so neat. We're so living. This is going to be such a great finale.
But then she gets another run on R&D.
That's fine.
Yeah.
She has to decide between R&D or HQ twice.
We drew border control and too big to fail. So we just keep both in hand. Or, I guess we put it on the remote. Yes, put it on the remote.
Do we? Is there any world in which it matters? Like she's always gonna run. She's always gonna run click one, and if we run border control, like I think, we don't want to give her perfect HQ information with just one run.
Yeah, exactly. So it's Azif and Rashida. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we keep it in hand because like it's bad that she knows one of it's ice because of JNet. She knows that one of the cards we drew is ice, one or both. But we keep it in hand so that she might run HQ.
What was on top?
I don't know. Oh no.
I mean, I think it would have been more painful to die through hostile. I'm fine with the Atlas. I wasn't buying tech punishment. I think it was a great game.
Yeah.
Overall, very, very happy with it.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I think we played the last turns when we were like on the extra back foot very well. Maybe there was something in the beginning we could have done differently. But
I think we let the turtle get out of hand the first time too easily. But like it's difficult with surveyors. Like maybe the trebuchet that's on the remote, the one that's rezzed, could be on archives instead.
I mean, I think we're never gonna like lock her out because Hortons are just not stopping Black Orchestras, right? And she had those turn one, so she was always gonna like somewhat easily farm counters, especially with the bad pup. I mean, we kept her off the bad pup for long enough, but we also didn't really like build our board super well.
Yeah.
The draws were just like in the first two games we just like had the dream draw every game, and now like when it mattered it wasn't like the perfect combination, so we just kind of like missed the start a bit. Yeah. For the takeoff. But I mean, at least now that the game is over, we can like maybe finally answer the question of which card we're gonna miss the most.
Yes. Yeah. Just like it's getting, we've been going on for quite a bit. But I was gonna. Yeah, let's wrap things up. We're gonna talk about what card we missed the most. Let's start with that. Do you have a card in mind already? I'm scrolling through the list.
I don't. Give me a second. I mean, is Rebirth going? It is, right?
It is.
Mm,
There's a
so
lot of fun with Rebirth.
I'd say for me it's Rebirth simply because it's not one card, it's like a million card interaction, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I was never a fan of like Rebirth and Anarch because there was only one target, always armor,
Yeah.
and I I saw it as like a problematic interaction, right? Because it was very strong and very like no brain. It's like
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some interesting choices in Shaper where it's like I don't know, rebirthing into I can't make the idea up the idea up, but I just remember being like, oh wait, that's so nice.
Yeah.
And that's something that like people thought about
Yep.
and they came up with a like neat idea. And I felt like this is something that the idea was designed for. It's just that like Oma always like kept it in like a non-fun place, right? Because if maybe they even could have like banned Oma just for the sole purpose of like keeping Rebirth around, because it was never, oh, do I go Quetzal here? I mean, there were like these niche games of like every like 20 games where someone was rushing behind vanilla or something, and you needed Quetzal, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in general, I very much like the idea of the flexibility. It's like multi-faction because you can play it in every faction. It's not even like where DJ Fenris is like limited to Gmods. You can be whatever you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
No,
that was
I
something
definitely...
I very much liked about the card.
Yeah, no, I echo what you said. Like in Shaper, I played it like in Woo. It's so much fun. Back before Funhouse, especially, because like out of Woo, you can rebirth into Jasminder, you can rebirth into Chaos Theory. I don't even know if that's legal anymore.
Yes.
But it's like Chaos Theory, Jasminder. There's Lat now. There's Kit. There's there's so many different IDs that can serve different purposes rather than just like Omar and that's the best one. What card do I miss the most? Man, I'm looking through the cards. Like none of them actually pop out to me as like, man, I really love this card.
So it's Odin Chaos and what else?
And the Mumbat cycle.
Cycle. I mean, Rebirth was definitely like
Yeah.
the first thing.
Yeah, it's probably Rebirth. That's probably the answer.
Like there was a point where like Turning Wheel was very needed.
Yeah.
But there was also many games where it's like a bit of a like early game when you play against a good player and you have a slow start and they just like start building Turning Wheel tokens. You are like, okay, I've lost this game. There's no way out from here.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not winning in the next 10 turns, and by that they have like 20 Turning Wheel tokens and they see the whole deck. I think the problem got a little less with like border control around, so they couldn't just build up a million tokens, and there was no playing around that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah. I mean, if we both think Rebirth, then it's probably not the wrongest of answers. Like I'd give like second and third place, or like somewhere in the top 5. Definitely Advanced Assembly Lines and Jeeves.
Yeah.
Advanced Assembly Lines simply because of its like utility. I always like to play like those. I go white Arthur decks, and to have like the off-turn install was always pretty neat. And just there's so many neat interaction with Advanced Assembly Lines, right?
Yeah.
You can like bluff something. It's like a non-advanced 2/3. It like keeps your Rashida safe. So if you install it behind an ice and they inside job it, you just lose the Advanced Assembly Lines, not the Rashida. So that's very neat. What like maybe my most fun interaction is when the runner commits something very very like expensive. Like I put this in the remote, and they just put like a Stargate down because they think R&D is open. And then I say, no, let me put my drafter here.
Yeah. That's the old Temujin
Yeah, right, right.
I don't know, like all
And
those cards, like Jeeves and like Bankers and all those cards are like I've
neat.
I've been they're not necessarily cards that I've like especially liked. It's just like they've been good cards that I've had to deal with, but I'm kind of like I want them to go away. So if the question is like what card will I miss, like I don't think those cards actually make my answer at all.
Mm.
I'm scrolling through. There was one card that this is like a meme answer, but the board came to mind. I was like scrolling through when I back when maybe like 3 years ago. This was the funniest deck, the funnest and funniest deck to play on JNet was you play the board and you play PE and you play like anonymous tips because that was still legal, and you play anonymous tips and you play this PE deck where you make it look like you don't know what you're doing. So you're like installing you like install stuff on the board, you install stuff naked on the board, and you like play anonymous tip and you like click to draw and then you discard and then you click to draw and you play anonymous tip and then you discard, and your deck is just full of one pointers, and then you like over time, because usually they don't like check archives when you discard one or two cards, right? So you discard like three or yeah, you discard like two or three like one pointers, and you sneak a copy of the board onto your board, and then they don't check it, and then there's just this one turn where you like diesel you anonymous tip twice, or you like click to draw a bunch, and then you discard like 4 or 5 cards and they're all agendas. So now you have 7 or 8 or like more one pointers in your bin. So then they go and run archives, and then before they access you res the board, so now they're all worth 0 and they take PE net damage and then they die.
That's hilarious. I've never seen that happen.
I've done it. Giles is saying the Oscars PE, and it played Power Shutdown. And so I was doing this, like Power Shutdown's a way to do it, but like you play Power Shutdown and then you don't do anything, and that's like really suspicious. But if you're just overdrawing and discarding things, then it can just look like you're drawing bad and you just don't know what you're doing. And then it's like not as suspicious as Power Shutdown.
I think that's a great meme answer. So we can just like settle on Turning Wheel for like the real answer. No, not Turning Wheel, Rebirth, and then I like the meme stuff definitely.
I've never seen this list. April 2015. Huh. I've never seen this. I'm gonna read through this after. This seems like a fun read. Yeah. The other thing is like turning. You mentioned turning wheel. So turning wheel rotating is huge, and I don't like. It's gonna take me a while to adjust to that, because right now when I'm playing Corp, I feel like it's not even something I think about. It's just something that naturally happens. Is the outermost ice has to do something that doesn't just end the run, and if I install something that just ends the run, in my head it's like, okay, in a couple turns I have to like install something else there, and it's just natural and I don't think about it. And now you can just install end the run ice on the outside.
Yeah. You built like the last 4 years building good practices.
Yeah.
Of like not installing the wrong ice.
Yeah.
Now it's all for nothing.
Yeah. I don't think. Yeah, and I don't know. Like I'm like scrolling through these cards now. It's like there's not that much that I'm like, oh, like I'm like really sad that this is going away. Like Polana going away. Like I don't know, but like it's No, like never mind. I said like yeah, like I want this to go away as well because it's just like a generic DNA credit ID, and like if those are gone, like I'm happy about that. So like
I'd much rather play AG
yeah
with money cards than Palana.
Yeah.
But like sometimes Palana was just always the right answer, right? Because like you credit every turn, and then like sometimes 2 is just like it's a bit in a way it's like engineering the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. Maybe
like,
Daddy.
Do you even like look into other cards? No, because money is just too good. I definitely see like dedication ceremony as like a sad goodbye.
But it's like I'm also very happy to not have to deal with City Works Double Daddy ever again.
Yeah.
Because that's like a very like it's like okay, like if you draw it, like you're gonna score a 3-pointer, and it's very I don't know what do you call that, like high variance.
Yes. And I mean, there are ways to play around it, but like sometimes you just like can't prohibit it, right? When they have like a Rashida or Spin Doctor, and you just like run HQ 4 times, you don't see the City Works, and then you see the dedication ceremony on top of R&D. And you're like raw Scooby.
Yeah.
It's like okay, nothing much you can do there.
Yeah. No, Rebirth is probably it. Like I'm actually very surprised. Like I'm scrolling through these cards like a couple times now. It's like okay, like these are just like I just need to note that these cards are going away, but they're like there isn't one that I'm like this is a card that I've played a lot of and I want to keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, catching up on a bit of chat here, and I think we're gonna call it for the day.
We've been like it didn't feel like 3 hours, but it has been 3 hours, right?
Yeah, it has. Famously terrible card Chatterjee University is finally getting stuff that synergizes with it, but it's rotating. Yeah, EOI going away. Like that's a big like game changing card that's leaving as well. But again, not a card that I'm like super sad about or like sad about at all. Like I feel like I don't have an opinion. Like if EOI stayed or if EOI rotated, I would be fine with it. It's just that like it's just a thing that I have to remember that it doesn't exist anymore.
I think I have another opinion on that. I think if you had told me like a week ago that like EOI rotates, which I mean it's like obviously, but if you had told me, I would say meh. But like the problem is the replacement makes me a bit sad. Like it's like a week ago it's like EOI leaving wasn't such a big deal because it like should open up other tag punishment stuff, but it's just like the problem is it gets replaced with something like not competitively playable, right? That's my problem.
Do we know what it's being replaced by?
Yeah, it's the new EOI. It's like gain a.
Oh, right. It's 2 credits to just remove a tag and you gain a point.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it depends on like if everybody if taking tags is something that happens a lot, then you can play that. But that's the issue is like you have to devote so many slots to tag punishment that if the runner doesn't keep tags, then you just have too many dead cards.
Yeah. And even if they do, I would like I was always such like a banging card. Mm-hmm. Like it was like super swingy, but it wasn't like not being able to play around. You could just like imp the agendas or just like have more money whenever run last click. So it's not like it never felt like an unfair card to me, but a very like how do you say, like thrilling card in a way, right? Because it was always like you could be like 4 points behind as like the MBN corp, but like if you just hit the perfect exchange, 50 minutes into GFI into shuffle back, then you just there's like this you just turn the game around in one single click.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Okay. I think everybody. Yeah. Thanks everybody for joining. I'm gonna call the stream there. We've been going around for a bit over 3 hours. It's been great. Thanks for coming here. And thanks to Rest Rider as well for joining. I hope you had a good time.
Oh yes, I had a great time. Thank you very much for the invitation and the platform to letting me do my spoilers.
Yeah, I'll just do a. Go ahead.
Very much like to return at some point.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've got about a month before I leave to Vancouver, but I think, I don't know what'll happen once I go to Vancouver. Like, I doubt I'll be able to stream every week when I'm in Vancouver, and I was like talking about it today, and I think I'll be going a month and a week from now. So like sometime like August 23rd, we're gonna drive. So it's like a 2-day thing. You can do it in 1 day, but it'd be like the whole day of driving, but we're gonna do it in 2 days. So I'm just going through our quick recap of our spoilers. We had Blood in the Water and Bladderwort from Teki, along with Mitosis. And for Shaper, we had Environmental Testing, which was the bonus spoiler from Rust Rider.
The bonus meme.
It's a beautiful drive, at least. Yeah. It'll be good. I look forward to coming. I can't wait to come. I don't know. There's like some stuff that I have to do just in the summer, like before law school starts, but if I could come to Vancouver now and do it in Vancouver, I would. So, but anyways, it is what it is. Thanks everybody for joining. Spoiler stream tomorrow from Andre at the Metropole Grid. I'm not sure what time that is, but I know that Metropole Grid is scheduled for tomorrow, so make sure you check that out. And you will see me again on Friday, and I will be resuming my weekly streams every Friday at 2 o'clock Mountain Time. And hopefully I'll do a little recap on I'll talk about US Nets if I haven't already, and we'll also probably dive into the new cards, because I think by the 22nd is when all the new cards drop, and that's Friday. So if we have all the new cards, then I can start maybe trying to build some new decks. So it'll be good. Okay, thanks everybody for being here, and I'll see you all on Friday, hopefully.
Bye-bye.